I made that. Whoop.
Thank you.
I just made that adjustment, and that increased the health insurance line to $72,700. I'm just checking to make sure it followed through.
You have to scroll back up, Ian.
Yep.
No, go down under expenditures. Should be under expenditures, I think.
Whoa, slow down.
Slow down.
I did. I'm not even moving.
17.
There
Yeah,
you
that
go.
it did carry through.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But when I look at the bottom line, it's not that different. I don't know why.
The bottom line for total expenditures?
Yeah.
Well, it was what, $16,000, so it should be $16,000 different.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as this
Well, 12,000
matches what you've got. What was
12,000.
that, Joel?
Is it
No, it
12?
was 16.
It was 16.
It was 16.
Yeah, but you took 4 out.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, he's right.
I know it.
We hate to admit that too often, Joel.
Oh yeah,
Thank you,
no,
Joel.
it did increase to 18.8%.
Yeah. Okay. So you what we looked at, what I just called out, the 18.8, that was after
Yeah.
your change. Okay. So it was slightly lower before. Sorry about that, Bruce.
And that also includes the other adjustment that the select board discussed just moments ago.
Okay.
Okay.
And these are our latest figures for grand list that we have. Okay.
That's 30%. Tax rate per $100, 30% per 100.
33 cents, yeah, 33 and a half.
Yeah. Mhm.
From what, 28?
29.
29 and a half.
And again, these are projections, because as we talked about also half an hour ago, that these figures are based upon this year's grand list. But the actual tax bills are going to be based on next year's grand list, which presumably will be a little bit higher. And so those tax numbers are projections, but those aren't actual. That's not what we can say is actually going to happen.
It just
Hopefully
gives
it'll be
some
better.
What else did you add? Can't tell you.
That's right.
You figured it out already, didn't you? You should. Not much,
No.
but something.
Okay.
The only, what I was gonna tell you earlier was that Sharon got a request to take somebody off of the grand list, and they meet the criteria, and they're looking at almost $1 million coming off.
Yeah, that's a jaw dropper. Yeah.
Is that a nonprofit?
Yeah. It's Bristol Works, the part that was sold to, and we have absolutely no say in that.
Mountain Hill.
Yep, Mountain Health, they're,
But
Well, it's 5-town alliance.
yeah.
And like
That's interesting.
Yeah, we submitted it to PVR for a second opinion, but looking at the statute, they meet all the criteria, so I'm not sure how we can say no because it doesn't require voter approval.
I'm not sure how they are a nonprofit.
They're a nonprofit, they're federally qualified, and they give help to anybody, medicine work or whatever, to everybody, whether they can pay or not. And those are the criteria in the statute.
Therefore, you and I are paying for it.
Mhm.
Okay.
On the other side, though, different but related, looking ahead to next year, the firehouse apartments will be online.
Yep.
All Earth Renewables will be under construction.
Yep.
And hopefully the rest of Stony Hill Business Park will be moving forward. And we have a lot of new residences under construction, either already built or in the pipeline, no pun intended.
But will they all be within the village to help with the police district?
Many, yes. Yes. If not most, if not all. A lot of them are in the village. Jeez. No, not all, but a lot are in the village.
We would have to confirm the police district is the Stony Hill property though.
Sort of. It's divided.
Okay,
The apartments definitely are in.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Aren't you lucky?
but it'll help with the overall town grand list for sure.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be full value.
So you're not gonna get that value for 2 years. April 1st of this coming year, in 2 more months, the apartments out all are gonna be able to assess. You're not gonna do that for this year, for sure.
Yeah,
Well,
but
And they'll only be able to assess the part that's complete, right?
Well, in 2 months, ain't gonna be much more completed. They're probably gonna get be 3-4%.
I guess my only point is other good things are happening. And so look forward to that. Maybe not in the exact same timeline, but moving forward.
I know the board doesn't want to hear this, and especially Peaker, but I'd like to see us take some of the police department's unreserved fund and put another 5, make that 20,000 instead of 15. I know you want to save it for something that the voters haven't even told us we can build yet. But they may tell us, nope, we aren't gonna build.
no, we're not.
it.
That's for the extra officer.
I think Bruce's intent was to use that to offset the extra officer until we have to, because we have to pay that 1 year.
Yes. But
Mhm.
5,000.
Didn't we have just around 150,000 in that? Somewhere.
Yes. We're like 156,000 in there right now.
But we're taking 15 of it, so we're down to 141, Bruce, or have to be after.
Yeah. Right.
I'll bet you it doesn't make 0.2%, Joel. Can you change it so we can see, Ian?
So 120,000 would be what you want.
Yeah, hold on one sec.
20% of that.
It's under revenue.
So that'll-
Unassigned funds, yeah.
30,000
No, I
dollars
think,
in
no, I
there.
think 10%, because they were
Yeah,
saying
10%.
5%, and I said 10%.
Well, we do 5% for,
So what was your suggestion, Joel? 30?
No,
20.
20.
Oh, 20.
Add 5 to that.
okay, so 60 grand
Yeah.
would be your,
Is that line calculated in there? Because it didn't change anything.
Right.
You have to move.
You double check that, Val?
It should, yeah, it's all in there. There's just isn't a percentage figure. Well, there's no percentage because there's nothing to compare it to. So that's why there's not.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
but it did
that's why.
change the 599, 348.
Yeah, didn't change that.
So maybe that isn't, is that not in there at all?
Was the 15 not in there?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it. Can you check that, Val?
Take the 15
Wait a
out
second.
and
No,
see what
it
happens.
should.
Take the
The,
15 out, Ian, and see if it changes it.
Or Val, take the 15 out, let's just see what happens.
yeah, there it goes.
It's changing this, but it's not changing this. What's
Changing
going on with
that.
that, Val?
Right, which I guess makes sense to a point.
It's changing the
Net to be raised by taxes, okay.
Ah,
So that's that 13.9 is the number we need to be looking at. All right, now
Right.
change it, now that we know where we're looking.
Yeah,
Change it
All right.
back to 20. Okay, yeah, it did, it changed it all,
yep.
it changed it a whole percentage.
So what's that go to the end then? For a tax rate?
$32, almost 33
From 33 and a
and a
half.
half.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 4 cents instead of 5. I can live with that. Are you okay with that, Bruce?
Yes.
Are you okay with it, Joel?
Yeah. It'd be better if you took out what you added in. back down.
It's not gonna.
We can't, that was
it's
the
not-
insurance.
Oh.
You're right. It covered the insurance.
Right.
Don't know yet. I don't know. I mean,
As we were talking earlier about what the points we want to highlight about these budget figures is that they reflect the increased costs across the board in terms of fuels, materials, insurance, and also our investment in our skilled workforce. And obviously that's happening in a lot of other places, and Bristol needed to do the same.
well, Sharon, are you writing all these things down so you when they come in November to write their checks? Well, all these things increased because you'll hear it.
Oh,
And hear it.
Yeah.
Not denying it.
Just give him Joel's cell phone number.
Joel can explain it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've said for years,
Okay.
we have an expensive police department. We just have a piss poor way of paying for it.
No, we don't have an expensive police department. I agree.
No.
We just don't, we
We
don't.
got
pay
600 people, 600 properties that are paying the bill and
Mhm.
using the service.
All right, so we're happy with changing the unassigned funds from 15 to 20. We're going to keep that.
As long as the person's okay with it, I guess so.
We'll make it work.
And I hate to say it, but with the current vacancy and the lag time and the likely lag time and actually filling it, we might end up with more unreserved funds at the end of the year anyway.
Right,
So
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay,
unfortunately, undesignated reserve funds, whatever.
unassigned.
Okay.
Not spent yet funds.
Yeah,
We could call them not spent yet funds, but we will spend them.
the rainy day funds.
The rainy day fund is a percentage we save.
Right.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
do we need to approve this or?
Yes,
Yes, ultimately,
Do we need a
yes.
Motion? Right? Do we need a motion?
Yes.
Don't we just approve the whole warning
Right.
at once, or do we?
No, this is
we
the
don't-
budget. The warning is separate.
This is the police department budget.
Right.
Yeah.
Budget.
that's all. Right.
Go ahead, do it.
I make a motion, we approve the Bristol Police Department budget for proposed 2023-2024 year as written.
Second.
okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the police department budget for 2023 to 24? Anybody out there? Hard to tell.
No, there's no other
Okay,
discussion.
okay, I know.
We
All
can
those in
discuss it.
favor, say
Aye.
aye or raise your hand. There you go. All those against nay,
Nay.
motion carries. All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Bruce. All right. I'm going to stop that share. There we go. And Neat was having some difficulties getting in. I was trying to assist him. It says because I removed him, he can't get back in. He has to be re-invited, and I've invited him, but I don't. It doesn't let him in for some reason. I'm not sure why that is.
My.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about that. But I'm recording. I missed the very big top of the meeting at 7, but we do have the rest of this recording, so we can pass that along to him. All right, let's take a look at the old agenda here. So let's move on to item 2, budget workshop, final general fund budget review and adoption. Let's switch over to the other budget. Let's close the police budget. And we're here. Let's get to the right tab. And we will share that. Share screen and share. All right. How's that for everyone? A little bit bigger, maybe?
That's
All
pretty
right.
good here.
We need more.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
Had the codes column. We didn't need to see all those.
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
How does that look for everyone? Okay, that looks pretty good. So, as I mentioned earlier, caught a formula that was increasing the budget. So we dropped the budget by a little bit, which is very nice.
Always good to have
and-
extra eyes on these things.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's obviously, what are we up now at, to 578 lines and rows. So yeah, multiple pairs of eyes looking at this is always good. How do board members want to look at this? I know in executive session, we looked at the personnel side of things. And we're going to look at the voted appropriations here and have a little discussion about that. Do you want to continue that?
I just want to point out that the select board didn't, I don't know that the select board concluded personnel stuff tonight, or if we need to continue it at the other end of the meeting.
I thought we were good with it.
I thought we were set with the numbers that we discussed.
Okay.
So currently we're looking at that an 11.1% increase. I know that Joel, you said that you would like to get that under 10 if possible. It's obviously a very different number than it was last year. There are a lot of things that have changed in the last year that have made that percentage that much higher, unfortunately. And a lot of those are out of our control. But I don't know, Joel, you had.
One of
Go
the
ahead,
things
Peter.
that changed that would be the raises that we did, or the when we aligned our compensation when we hired new people.
Yeah.
Those numbers were higher than what we budgeted, so therefore we're making up for that this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that you're not going to be able to. Some of that. I guess what I'm trying to say is some of that 11% belongs in this current year.
Right.
You know, if you took our salary adjustments and you put that into last year's budget, our budgeted numbers would be higher than what they are. So our actual increase this year, obviously we have to pay for it, but our actual increase this year isn't 11%. We're making up for the adjustments we made after the budget was voted on last year, if that makes sense.
Also, there's fewer revenues. We have a decrease in revenues to help offset the expenses.
Right. I don't know. So do folks want to look at our voted appropriations, which is sort of the bigger chunks that we're putting into various reserve funds? We're looking at creating, at least we discussed last week, the creation of a building maintenance reserve fund. But I know, Peter, do you want to talk about that in terms of your thoughts on how that differs for the capital building fund or the joining of those two? Like, what were you thinking with that?
Well, I mean, we still, if we change the name of the fund, we'll still have to ask for voter approval. But I just don't ever see us having a capital building fund where we can build a building.
Okay.
I just don't. I mean, you'd have to have $2-3 million in that account in order to build that building.
And when
Right.
Peter and
We'd always
Peter-
bond.
Yeah, when Peter and I chatted about this afternoon, I mentioned that the word building has two meanings. It's a physical thing with a roof and walls, or it's a construction project. You're building
Right.
something. And so the term itself might mean different things to different people. And I think in this case, it's always meant the bricks and mortar side of things. And it's been used to maintain existing bricks and mortar or improve them or do studies to decide what to do with them. So yeah, that's the term itself can be confusing.
Okay, so looking at the
So what it
June
would-
30th,
what it would-
20.
What it would,
Sorry, go ahead, Peter.
what it would take to do that is to ask to change the name of that fund, and we can still bolster it with undesignated funds, but it would all go into that line.
So Article
Okay.
10 would actually be, rather than creating the new reserve fund, it would say rename the existing fund.
Yes.
Authorize voter approval or get voter approval to change
Change the name.
from the scope of the existing building reserve fund, capital building reserve fund to capital building and maintenance reserve fund.
Okay.
And to that end, the explanation would be, we're not doing anything different. We are just looking to name the fund what we use it for.
Right. Increase transparency. And an example of that is things that we've spent on it that didn't fall anywhere else was the painting of the bandstand. It didn't fall under any other kind of operating maintenance line item, and the painting of the library steps. There was no operating maintenance line item to put that. So both of those came out of the capital building fund.
Okay, so I've made it out here. Change name to capital building and maintenance fund. Does that sound okay?
Right, so would you then have, can you put in that same article, the 40,000 from the unassigned?
I
Or do you
think,
have to do that as a
well,
separate
you can't,
article?
if they don't approve it, you can't do it.
Okay. So you have. to have two
Well, we could,
articles.
If you
We
want
would
to
just-
add 40,000 to it, yeah, you should get voter approval.
Okay.
well, no, we can do,
We can still do that without voter approval. but we prefer
no,
to do
what we can ask for that money to go into that fund. We can ask for $70,000 to go into that fund.
Yeah, but only 40 is coming from the unassigned, so that's why.
Right, so we could ask for 40 to go into that fund prior to that, so if that fund didn't get
Oh, I see what you're
renamed,
saying.
it would still have the money.
Money in the capital building fund. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, do you think that there is likelihood that we wouldn't receive a floor vote on a name change for a reserve fund?
I do not.
Okay.
Well, would it be a floor vote or would it be,
It would be a floor vote, it would be
Okay.
an article.
okay,
We have to have an article just to, if we don't put any different money in, we have to have an article just to change the name of one fund.
That would be my recommendation, because when voters approved the original fund, I don't know how far back ago that was, but or what explanation or description was made at that time. But my guess, it was not, it's more clear to, if this is really what the select board wants to use the fund for, I think it would be much more transparent to broaden the title to make it more clear.
Okay.
But then could that line 505 capital building fund just say capital building / maintenance reserve fund?
Or
Yes, that's
the
what
word
we're gonna
and.
change.
511 goes
Yeah.
away.
That's
Yeah.
made correct. So I'm going to remove 511 now. That was something that we added just in discussions last week, but I think what Peter has suggested makes sense, and I think he's right. I think any building that we build, and we're looking at a couple in the future, are going to be bond votes. It's not going to be money that we have already available to us.
And traditionally, this fund has been, whoops, I didn't realize I'm still off screen. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I thought I turned myself back on. Yeah, traditionally that fund has been used for major capital projects, like major building improvements or, bricks and mortar kinds of things, but not
Right.
new construction, as Joel had said, or Peter had said. Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I want to make sure every department spends their maintenance stuff, on maintenance first, and then if you need some supplemented income to fix that roof or something, or that front porch that's rotted out, then the rest of the balance comes out of the capital building fund, maintenance building fund.
I
Well, I
think,
think right. And it depends on
What it is.
what's available. Yes.
Yeah.
right. I mean, I have a concern that, if it is a roof repair and we expend that line and then we have a full year in front of us that still needs maintenance to the building, custodial, whatever, that should come out of that other fund? It just helped me
That makes a
understand.
good
I'm
point.
not sure.
You make a good point, I think, but I think it's more at the end of the year when you're coding and to audit, make sure I hear what you're saying. If July 3rd, we're spending because the porch caved in,
Right.
spent all, and then June 1st, the following year, we needed to do some, the boiler went, then, yeah. But it's
Now,
still,
some projects will be clear capital projects. Even
Right.
if it looks like maintenance, depending on the scope of it, it could generally be a capital project. Like,
Kinda like the
like
guy
that,
when-
if you just described that, if the Holly Hall porch and the upper balcony area just really cave in or something, that's a major project. That's not coming out of the operating budget.
it's like when
So-
Meredith came to us a year or so ago when they were, Rooster was doing
Having trouble with the roof.
says he's got to do some more copper work around the bell tower. That's not out of capital building to me. That's out of a maintenance item. Spend that maintenance line first. And
Well,
then,
but the
Do the
idea
work.
is to change what capital building fund is. Capital building fund would become capital building and maintenance fund.
Right.
And
Because sometimes it's a
so-
fuzzy line. Yeah.
Right, and I think Peaker's reasoning is that building as in actually building a building, that fund has never been used for that. It's only ever really been used for maintenance, because to build a building, it's millions of dollars. And we haven't built buildings. One, any buildings that we do build are going to be very expensive and that building fund has nowhere near the money that it would need to do that. And we would bond for a building. So I think the name change makes a lot of sense. And I think we have a good chunk of money in there. Looking at the previous year's town report, we have about $199,000 in there. We're going to add 30 and then potentially 40,000 from unassigned. And this is mainly because looking at repair costs to Holly Hall and Lawrence Memorial Library, we have some fairly robust repairs and fixes that need to be done to those buildings.
So as a former department head, I would ask for some real clarity around the definition of what we're talking about there. What is a capital building fund?
The
When
same as what we've always used it for, I would say, Darla. I would say if we get a project, if you break a chair, you're gonna take that out of your maintenance line. If you need a new roof,
Right.
that's a capital maintenance.
Right. Okay.
And one of the distinctions too is routine versus not routine.
That makes more
Yeah.
sense to me.
Yeah.
Figure I'll bring up the thing when the rest of you weren't on, and maybe Michelle was on the board when we built the salt shed. We built that salt shed, some out of the capital building fund and some out of Pete's 2 years of undesignated fund for the surplus in the highway department. One year we did that salt shed, and the next year we did the town barn, the green building. We did all new roof and all new insulation and all new cement floor. We
Yeah.
took out the capital building and the reserve fund that
Okay.
Peter, his surplus he had. That's what I think about that fund, and not so much, you broke 3 windows. Well, we're going to take it out of capital.
No, and that's not what we use the capital building fund for now. I don't think anything's gonna change other than the name.
Okay.
Yeah, we seem to be using it for
That's my take.
maintenance.
Right.
That's my thoughts, but those are mine alone. I mean.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just maintenance. I want to make sure the line is spent first, because if
Right.
it is spent, we may not have as much from years from when they say, well, you had a good surplus. You got a good surplus budget, overall surplus.
Right. I just think we'll want to make that clear to our department heads when they go, so they know where they're putting things.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anything that gets spent out of that reserve fund requires select board approval. So there.
Nice.
Clean.
Very good.
So I have a question. You mentioned the 40,000. Are we changing that to 70?
No, because the
So you're not
idea
gonna be able to
was
put the 40 in, even if they change the name?
I think you
You're not
got to change the
approving
name the
that
first
40
year,
to
don't you,
go in
Sharon?
there?
Don't you got to change it in the first year and
Ask
vote
for the
money in
40.
second year?
Oh, I thought you said ask for the 41st and then change the name.
Well, I
It's
think-
in there.
Yeah, then it would be in there. I mean, but then we'd be asking for it to go into the capital building fund, not. I think we asked for the name change. We have an article asking for the name change. And then we asked for the undesignated funds to bolster the fund.
Right.
In
Okay.
addition to the 30 that will be there under capital building prior to the name change.
We did that
Uh,
2 years ago, wasn't it, Peter? When we started the cemetery fund, we asked for, first article was to start a cemetery reserve fund.
Right.
Yes.
The article was to start it out with 10 grand.
right.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
there was the same article combined in a single article, the creation plus the allocation.
So
Now,
we could
can
do
you-
the same here.
As we look at this, can you open up the live town warning and add that article or change that article just so when we start looking at that, we can we know or make a note where you might want to put that article.
Well, we've got 3 or 4 above ahead of this that are going to come out because we don't have enough undesignated funds to fund them.
No, these aren't from a designated.
No, this is
the
this is a-
article.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh
I see
yeah,
what you're saying.
that's true.
Mhm.
So we're looking to get this lower, obviously. I asked last week for a doubling of, or a little bit more for the technology fund, and this is to work and hopefully improve various IT parts for the town. I'd be willing to drop that. I know it's obviously a fairly
I
large
had it 30
increase.
last year. You'd had it 30 last week, Ian. You started out with.
Yeah,
30.
but it started at
Correct.
7.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it
last
at
year was 7,
and
but he had it 30 there.
I had it 30. That was my what I came to the table with. We negotiated and got it down to 15. I'm willing to drop it to 7 as much as I want to see those things happen because of other things that have obviously
How'd you put
increased
it?
this budget.
You put it at 10. I mean, even if you put it down to 7, it's not gonna really drop that bottom line by a ton, is it?
Well, I mean, we can look
Yeah.
at. We're
Put it at
you know.
10, Ian, and let's see what it does.
Down a percent.
10.9.
Mm.
2 tenths.
We're getting there. I know. I mean, but we can drop it down. I mean, the idea would be perhaps searching
You're not
for.
gonna, you're gonna get
I
another
know.
10.
I know, but there's also potential for that particular area to search for grants, and with the hopes of a grant writer position, an established position that maybe that area could have funds found through grants. Just to knock it down. The one thing I'd also like to talk about is the additional 25,000 for the capital fire vehicle. I don't know. I know that the last few years have been 100,000, and I think the idea was to do it to 125. What's the possibility of taking 25 from that and leaving it at 100, the same as previous years? I know the chief is on this evening, I believe.
Here, my
Let's see.
concern with that is the price of the vehicles are going up. So I don't want us to get into a point where we have to then bond for the vehicles.
And
I'd
we've
rather
only
put that-
partially paid for the one that's being built now.
Right. I mean, I'd rather put a little bit in, a little bit extra every year than have a bond vote in 6 years.
Yeah, it's scheduled to go up next year, and I think Chief is looking to be proactive by asking to raise it this year.
Okay.
Based on
I
the
mean-
cost of the current.
Yeah, the current truck was over 6.
Right.
I'm guessing that when we replace the next one, it'll be closer to 8.
I mean, what's the potential? And I know that those vehicles are used for a long time. It's just extending that timeline, or are there concerns about that? Like, can we add 5 years to that and
No.
keep this lower?
The other one the other one went out of service 2 years before it was supposed to because it was.
We were
it was
trying to keep them
done.
25 years and we couldn't.
Yeah.
We can't.
I mean, I know,
And
and I
this-
know that's a long time. It's not like it's a used car that you're getting. I totally understand that.
I thought we had decided last year that because we had to get rid of the one with the cracked frame and it was only 23 years old, that we were going to try to put the big trucks at 20 years and the
20 years, yeah.
the
I
small
think
ones
that's
at
right.
25, and in 2007 that'll be 20 years old, and it's I think it's gonna be up in the neighborhood of maybe 850. I don't crystal ball here in the living room, but
Well, we got
I
one
might
down
take-
here at the office.
I think maybe we could go just maybe maybe 115, but not willing to go to 100, Ian.
Okay. No, I just wanted to discuss that and looking at the long range. I
Well,
just
if you
wanted to
did,
see.
if you went to 120, that would take us another
10,
2/10.
Yep. Okay,
Right.
Peter. Yep.
but that's only gonna get you to 10.7.
Yeah.
Peter, let's talk about the highway equipment fund. We had about a loader there and that was due up next in 23 or 24.
Let's do this year.
Due before June 30th or after June 30th?
After, I think, but there's not,
I don't know what,
the money's not there.
it's not there now.
No,
No,
because we had to buy something out of
we,
timeframe, right?
We've
Yeah,
been
we had
behind
to
for
re-
3 years now since one of the trucks went down or something went down, the grader. We went early, remember? And
I think we went early on the truck.
Truck.
we went for $1 for the first year or something, and then we paid for it afterwards.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
hurt,
we leased it.
that's hurt us since.
Well, that hurt us. It was just out of time. One of them was out of the time whack. We had to replace it sooner than we were planning on it.
Well, yeah, that when you put 135 a year off, that's why it hurt us. 'Cause we didn't have that 135, or 125, whatever it was that year. I mean, not that we had to do it. I don't say that.
Yeah,
Ian, can you put the highway capital equipment long-range plan up? Do you want to share that screen of the plan?
Well, I was looking at that. I thought there in the town report there was one for the fire department as well, but I'm not finding it.
There is.
I don't know that it was published.
Okay, because it's not in the report. I was curious because I remember it was 100 and then it was going to be raised. As Peter said, he mentioned next year, but I thought we had the file for that, but
I can email it to you, the one I have.
okay, yeah. Is there a reason that's not in the town plan or in the town
I think
report?
it's because of the length, maybe. It's a large spreadsheet with 2 tabs.
Okay, yeah, email that to me. Let's take a look. So I'm going to share the highway capital equipment long range plan. Is that correct, Val? From last year's town report?
Yeah, and I emailed it to you last week, I think.
Oh, okay. I have it. I mean, from the town report. Is the
Yeah.
one that you sent me the same as in the town report? I think it is.
Yeah,
right?
it should be.
All right. So let me stop this and let me start something else. Here it is. Okay. Folks can see that. So that's from last year.
That's highway. 35.
Ian, can you zoom in just a little, please?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Thanks, Daryl.
My older eyes can't read that.
How's that? Any better?
Much better,
Oops,
thank you.
Sorry. Hold on.
That's not good at all.
No, I know.
Yeah,
Hang on. There we go. Can folks read that or you need to be zoomed?
Nope.
You need to zoom it a little.
Zoom in a little.
All right. How's that?
That's good.
I'm going to ever so gently touch it so it doesn't switch to the next page.
So. We
that's
did
what we
buy
got.
we bought
Loader.
the pickup,
Is that the Mac?
the Ford 350, we bought a 450.
Yeah, that was quite a bit last year.
He didn't buy the trailers yet.
Okay.
We talked about it, but he didn't buy them yet. And then the loader is on for,
What about the Kubota? We didn't do that.
we didn't do the
either.
Kubota either.
No.
He's still researching that, I believe.
So Peter, you're saying the end of July here, sometime in July, we're going to have 284 or 262, 303.
We should have.
284 less what we've spent for the 450.
Yeah.
Or the closing balance on that 22, 23 column, closing balance. By the end of the year,
Yeah.
fiscal year, we'll have
It's
100.
gonna be around 200.
Because he didn't
If we-
do the trailers or
We
the Kubota.
Yeah.
So
So this one's going to be a little bit higher because we didn't get that and didn't get that. But
So
are those two
taking
going
off
to
the
be
80 and
pushed?
the 85 or the 15? We're taking those, the
We
85,
did the 85, we didn't do the,
What was it,
Yeah.
85?
yeah, it was right in there somewhere.
Okay.
so
And
we're
we
gonna
didn't
put
do-
95 back into that 127.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're up about 20,000, 222,000.
Yeah, I don't know what we got for a trade-in.
So we're adding this 100, I'm trying to play it out. If we're gonna add that 135 after July 1, or do we don't add it in until next July 1, 20?
Well, that
we
would be
haven't collected-
skipping a year.
Well, no, we're not putting this in until we put, I'm trying to figure out, are we putting it in before we collect taxes or after?
This one doesn't take effect until July 1.
I don't know where those numbers, I,
In November after taxes.
Yeah,
thought
but-
we didn't do the funds until April after taxes.
Okay, so let's talk about which year we're talking about. Are we talking about 22, 23? When does that money
No.
come in?
April.
Okay, now
I
this
think the
April.
second tranche.
This
April.
April or last
This-
April?
This for 22, 23, it goes in April of 2023.
Okay.
So we're going to have,
That hasn't, so that's not in there yet, but that's.
so
what
Nancy,
we'll-
we're gonna have around 222,000 in there after, when we want to buy a load, if we buy a loader in June or July, right? But the end of the
Yeah.
winter. Okay, and Peter, what is that loader gonna cost us?
175 there.
Yeah, that number's not right.
Mhm.
The numbers he got were
Is that
higher, I
after
believe.
trade-in?
Yeah. I don't know, he's got numbers for a loader and it was considerably more.
Not surprised.
Mhm. Yeah, and the question is, when will he get it?
Well, that shouldn't be an issue. Construction equipment's not. And we can always do the same as we did before. There's gonna be a bunch of them that were leased for snow removal.
Mhm.
So they'll be returned from lease. They'll have, 300-400 hours on them and they'll be discounted.
Do you think he can get something for that price?
I don't believe so,
All right.
but.
How old is our
there
loader that we
again,
currently have?
Our machine should be worth more as well.
Oh, I see. So it might, yeah, you've got this. Okay.
But that's not figured in that 175.
Right, that's
That's
down below.
added.
Right.
Peter, I see that.
I wanna,
blank.
Go
Peter,
ahead, Joe.
blank and 24, 25, we're taking a break.
Yeah.
We couldn't push that loader out a year? If this
Well,
all,
he's still gotta get the trailer or the Kubota that he hasn't done yet, so they've gotta
I
come
know,
in there
which
somewhere.
I almost feel like, yeah, since these two things haven't happened, as Joel suggested, can we shove the loader here? And we're gonna, these two may
or
come
you
into
may
this.
have to do it the other way around. You may
Right.
have to do the
Yeah.
loader and then do those other two after. I
go ahead.
I don't know. I'd have to defer to Eric. He's the one that runs them every day.
Yeah,
If you keep the loader an extra year, your trade-in's gonna go down.
And
Right.
it doesn't change, it doesn't change the fact that that's the dollars we're gonna need to
Right.
do it,
Mhm.
if
Yeah.
not
No,
more.
If not more.
Yeah.
In another year.
I'd really like to get, the Kubota was obviously replacing the sidewalk snowplow. We've had various issues with. I really wanted to get that done. And I don't know if we've had issues with our current one this season yet. We're definitely getting the snow now.
We had a
Yeah, I don't-
conversation last year about the landscaping trailer and that it's actually kind of hazardous. And at around $15,000, we might want to bite that bullet and just get that out of the way and have a safer piece of equipment.
We just need everything, all, unfortunately.
Well,
Well,
Yeah.
it's,
No, I know.
it wouldn't be on the list if we didn't need it.
No, I know. It's tough. And then if you push off a year, it gets more expensive. You don't get your trade in or resale, and you more than likely have issues that prior year that you're
Yeah.
then paying for. So
Yeah,
it costs you even more.
I'll take back what I said about waiting a year. Because you're still only putting 135 and just that'll crunch that truck, replacing it in 25, 26. So
Yeah.
loader will go up a few $1,000s if you wait a year. So I was just trying to see if 135 is enough or it's too much for this year in that capital. That was all I was asking. It doesn't look like it's enough, but I don't think we want to keep it more into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we can, I mean, we're trying to knock these numbers down to get under 10. But
We may not be able to.
I don't,
No.
I don't think we should, lower something, I mean,
Just to get that percentage.
just to get there. I'd rather level
No.
fund and
Yeah.
take the hit on the other end than to lower it and take twice the hit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right, and with, well, I was going to say the unassigned funds part, but so
Still
We looked
use
up at
those to bolster, not to offset.
Mhm.
no, I know, but yeah, that's true, and you can't rely on those. But it's also, I had a question. We're currently looking at unassigned numbers because we haven't received the 2022 audit. They're behind on that, unfortunately. So we can't make any bolstering right now. This is approved, we approve this, and it gets voted in. Are we then using those unassigned funds? That's next season, correct? We can't,
Right.
Can we do anything throughout the year because let's say it's a week later after town meeting, we get the 2022 audit and we see that we have a high amount of unassigned funds and we want to bolster some of these funds. Are we waiting an entire year to be able to do that?
We are, if we want to put it in a fund, we can spend that money.
Right, but if we want to,
We
put it in one of
have
these
the
funds, it's
ability to-
voter approval.
Yes, we have the ability
Okay.
to spend that money. We've always asked for voter approval.
Okay,
Actually, we don't need to ask, but we've always asked.
Right.
I would like,
okay,
to see- also, I'd like to see, because we've had, you think we've had a bad winter, but we've had a real mild winter except this week.
Mhm.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is, they didn't get much, they haven't got much overtime November and December. Is, if Anthony can Eric and Anthony can get together first part of June and we know what our major expenses are to those last 20 or 30 days. Payroll meet, obviously, is, at a 20 or 30,000 or $40,000 surplus in just the highway. I think the time, if he's got numbers on a tandem trailer, and I think 15 is a little high. I think he can probably buy one for around 10 or 12. What I've been pricing out, and Eric, I've been with Eric, is go and buy it then with his surplus funds. And if he codes it to one equipment fund that's going to be overspent, the overall budget's not overspent. That's the way I look at it. And you'd save that in your capital equipment fund or something later.
That's a fair approach.
but are you needing voter approval for that?
No,
Not if it's in the
No.
budget. Not if it's.
it's
you're
not new
spending your
tax
budget.
dollars. It's not new tax dollars.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so heading back to
Knocking on wood.
our voted appropriations, we're going to
Next
keep 135 for equipment. Sidewalk, we're keeping it 40, 25 for the fire equipment fund. We took 5 out of the fire capital fire vehicle fund, so we're at 120,000 now. We went down.
But you're increasing at 20.
Let's get his take.
Yeah, I'd like to get Brett's take on that because he sent us a chat.
Sure.
I'll be adding here, and we're not going to have even close to 800,000 in 2027 or 28 at this rate.
Brett,
Yeah, hi, good evening. So thank you for considering an increase in this line this year. As I think Michelle already pointed out, it was scheduled to go before you for an increase in what, 24?
Next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next year. But again, that whole crystal ball thing and not knowing exactly what a new vehicle will cost, if we were to increase that appropriation to 125 this year, I have on the capital plan, so this would be 28, 29, so that vehicle would be 22 years old at this point. That would give us $850,000 for a purchase.
Brett, is that number reflected in the capital plan that you've already provided to Sharon for this year's town report?
Nobody's talked to me about capital stuff at all yet. So this is the first conversation I've been a part of.
That's right. We don't usually include that in the town.
No, it's not in the fire department's report. That's why I was curious why it wasn't in there, because I'd seen it before and I knew that there was a bump. We can definitely, I'd like to include it in there because I think it's good information to have. And so I can work on that. And have those figures in there, because it would be nice to see the long range planning for that.
Yeah, and if I may just add one additional piece of information, I know these are significant purchases for the town. We only began a fund 9 years ago, and we've gotten to where we are today, and we're so much further ahead than we were, 9-10 years ago. And I recognize that. However, even though in 28, 29, potentially, we'll have, let's say, $850,000 to replace our existing pumper tanker truck, which will be 22 years old. We also need to always keep in mind that, parked immediately to the left and to the right of that vehicle over there is a 2001 rescue vehicle, a 1993 pumper that has a 2009 cab under it, but the pumper itself, the body, is a 1993 vintage. So, looking at how to get creative in the future, I'm looking at consolidating 2 more vehicles. Perhaps we'll consolidate what we refer to as our mini pumper, our real truck, and our heavy rescue truck, into one vehicle, just to help keep costs down, and knowing that the cost of vehicles aren't going down. We got to do something different. So just always thinking how we can do something more efficiently and more cost effective, which may mean consolidating 2 more vehicles.
Brett, so I like that idea, and I think that's a great way to think about it. Given the number of incidents that you handle each year, is that kind of change, are you going to be able to adapt to that with the kind of incidents that you've seen the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, each vehicle fills a particular function, what their capabilities are, the equipment they carry, the diversity of our calls has, just changed significantly over the last 10, 20 years. And we go to, 3 times as many calls today as I went to when I first joined the fire service. And, I don't anticipate that going down. If anything, it'll continue to rise. It's just how you utilize the vehicles you have, thinking about the personnel you have, how many personnel you have, the transportation of them. But yeah, again, I think you could potentially consolidate 2 more vehicles and get the same capabilities you have out of 2 vehicles today into 1 vehicle. Because right now, if we were to purchase a new pumper tanker in 28, 29, like literally truck for truck, we're still not in a good position to purchase much of anything else, and knowing the pumper we're going to take delivery on, hopefully in March, by the time we have perhaps enough funding to replace that, that truck will be pushing 20 years old. So yeah, it's tough situation. It really is.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious in terms of also looking at, like you said, it's the amount of incidents, but looking at the breakdown of the kind of incidents that you have, it's sort of less structural fire versus motor vehicle crashes. That in terms of the last year's report, that was the highest number of incidents. And so I'm sure you're looking at that in terms of the types of vehicles that you're using for the types of incidents that you're responding to.
At the end of the day, we still have a responsibility to provide fire protection to the town of Bristol. And of course, I think kind of to answer, I think part of your question, Ian, if we were to not carry as much water, so we got a single axle truck opposed to a tandem axle truck, there's a negative impact to that. The positive is, yes, we could get a truck for less money, but the negative is that ISO rating that we've worked so hard to get a couple of years ago, which affects people's insurance, that will go back up.
Right.
So that's,
Okay.
double-edged sword thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for listening.
Okay. So given what Brett said this evening, do we want to do the 125 a year earlier? Are we comfortable with keeping it with 120? He's obviously moving towards a particular dollar amount in a number of years from now. What are the board's thoughts?
I would put it to 125. Granted, it's not a lot, but I'm just looking at the cost of things, and if they have to replace more than that one vehicle,
Yeah.
or we might be bonding.
Okay. I'm happy to
That's
have
just
this
my
go down.
opinion.
You're gonna give that back, huh?
That's fine. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I know it's, we've been able to manage with what we have. Obviously I'd like to have those changes, but again, as I said, I can, that's something I'm willing to work on, especially on the grant side of things, see if that's available, just to be able to.
Ian, let me ask you something. We're putting
Yeah.
$40,000 into the capital building maintenance. Can we split that?
Sure.
Give him the other 7 or 8 to put in.
Yeah.
Put into the
Well,
technology fund?
the one question we haven't asked, the $1 million question, Anthony, what do you figure the number is for the undesignated fund?
He already gave us that.
Well, no,
So-
we have 2021, but we still don't know 2022. We're like
I
this
took-
close
We're
to
always a
knowing.
year behind though.
Right,
No,
but he
I
was,
mean- Yeah, go ahead.
you were gonna research that and see if you could get us a
More definitive.
number.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got the most conservative number I could process. That includes the what they had voted on with the town report. I took that into consideration, which is $36,446. Now, if that was included in the overall assessment of the auditor, we'd have $186,446.
So you're saving 150 for rainy day fund.
Well, no, that's actually already taking into account the 5%.
Okay.
So,
Right, 'cause this is up until-
Wait,
So-
that doesn't include?
no, that already
include.
includes. I just need, I meet with the auditor Wednesday. I can ask a clarifying, hey, when you calculated this numbers, because they weren't so clear on that aspect, did you include what was in the town report? Because if they did, we have 186,446. If they didn't, we have 36,446. So
Well,
there's a difference.
that unassigned funds, it's all the unassigned funds. It's not just what we didn't spend for that year. I mean, that money sits there, and if we don't spend it, that 150 is there every year, or whatever we decide to hold. But the only thing, if it's more than that, it's just what's left over. It's just one number. It's not that 150 plus 180.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I'm just taking into account the prior number we had, but taking into account that we'd be emptying some of the unassigned funds and just using that as a basis point until I can either find out this is what it is, including this or not, because yes, whatever we don't use, and then it gets folded in. But if we're using a number from the year prior, unless you guys want to just go off of that number solely, just like we did, I think we did that last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I know I kind of
But-
joined like at an interesting time, like a year and like 4 months ago or whatever, but
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
Yeah.
the most conservative I had.
Okay. So with that conservative number, that's not including 2022, correct?
No, that's just going off of 2021, taking into consideration.
so
we spent-
That's the thing. Like, if the idea going forward with our new auditors is that, well, we wanted to get this done, we should have had 2022 numbers by now. Ideally, and hopefully, fingers crossed, by the next time we're doing this in a year from now, we'll actually have 2023's numbers in our hands because the audit will be complete. And those are the numbers we're working with. We're always working with a year behind. We're 2 years behind now, but we have a whole set of other unassigned funds from 2022 that we're waiting on.
Yeah,
Brett had
we're
another
always-
question.
How do you, just clarify, how are we 2 years behind? I mean, we're 2022, I mean, look at 2022, 2023. We're in 2022,
Right.
2023 right now.
Correct.
We have
And the-
2021, 2022. That number we have.
No, that
Right.
number,
The number we have is 2020, 2021. That's the latest audit that we have. And we're waiting on 2021 to 2022.
Okay.
which
We're,
is why I
we're
came up
2
with that
years
number.
behind, which is kind of frustrating. We
Mhm.
usually had been, we were
1
behind
year.
a year, but now
Yeah.
we're 2 years behind with these numbers. Brett had an additional question. Brett?
You may have just answered it. So
Okay.
I apologize. I'm sure like the rest of you, the last 3 years kind of just all blend together. So I don't know if something happened last year, or maybe it actually happened 2 years ago or 3 years ago. But the question I posed, Ian, to you and Valerie yesterday, the day before, I'm recalling a conversation with the board, and my mind tells me it was last year, about undesignated funds, and the number like maybe 22.5 or something that you were going to, from that undesignated fund balance, you were moving money in a lot of places, and you were going to
Correct.
put that into the capital vehicle fund for the fire department. Am I dreaming that?
No,
We had to
that's
look
in
at the
there.
town report
That
last
was-
year if we did that.
Yeah, that was
last
Article
year.
12. That was Article 12.
Last year.
Transfer of, yes, 22,500 from the June 30th, 2021 general fund undesignated fund balance to the fire department apparatus reserve fund.
Okay.
So you were
all right.
you were correct on that. And then that transfer, correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony, will happen in April of this year.
Yes.
Is that
All
right?
appropriations for this, will be in April.
So that kind of goes, Anthony, I was working with you recently. So my assumption is that number is not reflected in the number I'm staring at on my other monitor
No,
right
because
now.
the number that I gave you for the vehicle is accurate because it includes the appropriation. I don't actually remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I gave you a number for the apparatus amount.
You did.
Okay, then
You
that
gave me
might
everything I
actually-
asked for.
Okay, then that does, I believe, include that.
But you
I think
didn't
I
know what I
wrote a
was
note.
talking about the
Yeah.
undesignated fund amount. So my assumption is that number is not reflected in my overall number, which is a good thing.
I would have to check.
Please
because
do.
Yeah.
Thank
Just
you,
because
Ian.
I also wrote
Sure.
an additional note. Now I'm wondering if it didn't scan or if it did.
I
because
don't, I'm
gave
not
you two
remembering
numbers.
that transact or that approval.
Yeah, we did it.
We
We
did
did it. We split the 50,000. We had 50,000 and we split it
Yeah,
between two.
right.
Good thing Baker's here.
No
Somebody
kidding.
else got 22.5 as well.
There was, let's take a look here. Not exactly 22.5. There's essentially it was 30,000 capital building, 52.5 for capital road, 25 capital paving, 20 reappraisal reserve fund, and 22.5 fire department apparatus reserve fund.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm
Good.
looking. I'm not looking at
All
the
right.
current.
Huh?
I knew there was more than
We,
two.
right, but we
We
split
split
that.
one of
We,
them.
somewhere
Yeah.
we split that 50,000.
Yeah, we did.
Somebody else got 22.5 added to whatever
Added to
we
whatever
were
we
gonna
put
give
in.
them.
Was it sidewalks
Could've
or
been-
roads, capital
It
roads?
could have been roads.
Yes, it would have been capital
I see.
roads.
I
Okay,
think we
yes,
split
right.
it even,
It's
I think we
50 it's
put,
52.5, right? Yes, you're right.
Mhm.
I thought we
Right.
put 10 more into capital paving, because it used to be 125.
Ah,
The other stuff in the capital roads, but maybe I was wrong.
yeah.
All right, going back to our appropriations here. So we put this to 125. I knocked this down to 7. And we were talking about the potential for maybe adding some of this from the unassigned, and we can talk about that later. We did bump this. So last year it was 40. Is this our regularly scheduled where we're going higher for the capital road? Is that correct? Or are we just adding that in? Do we know why
I
that's
think-
5 higher?
It's higher because Basin Street and
Yes.
Street.
Okay.
all the
Thank
stuff
you.
we got going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of demand on that capital road fund.
Okay, and because of the reappraisal, we know that's coming sooner rather than later. We
Right.
started at 5, and we boosted
Right.
last year. We put that up, and then we're continuing to do that. And then we've got the
Mhm.
Conservation Reserve Fund. Oh no, sorry, where am I?
Capital
Yeah,
paving.
Conservation Reserve. There we go. Capital paving. Thank you, and Conservation Reserve. Okay,
Yeah,
and then we
Yeah.
unfortunately, our poor Cemetery Reserve Fund that we started, we haven't been adding to that, just because we haven't had the ability to add to that.
Yeah, and we're gonna have some expense this year with the Varney
Yeah.
Cemetery.
Yeah, there is 10 in there.
Yeah, 10 isn't gonna go very far.
No. We could, because we know that we've had damage, we could do some unassigned.
Hey, wait a minute, I don't even see 10 in there. I know we did do that, but you don't.
We did,
we
it's,
haven't
it's-
added to it. We
FY
haven't added to
21.
it.
It's
Oh,
right there.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that's what we have in there. But I mean, we could do some unassigned.
So we
I mean,
only
yeah,
got
we-
30, we got 36,000.
You ain't putting it too many places.
Well, we've got 186,000.
No,
No.
150 of that is the rainy day fund.
Yeah,
Oh,
No.
yeah,
So
sorry.
there's no way that we have
Hold on.
100.
Okay, hold on. No, just what I, sorry, I
No.
don't know if I'm explaining this correctly. I went off of the FY 21 amount. I took that into consideration. I looked at the expenses. Actually, I looked at them as we were scrolling through the budget currently. I took out the 5% of the expenses, subtracted that, and then looked at the unassigned funds we used for the town report,
year.
because we're
Yep.
using that amount of money hypothetically, and came up with the $36,000. Now, that is also to consider the fact that the auditors hadn't looked through our town report and looked at that unassigned funds and had already deducted that. That is something I don't know. So I guess that's the wild part of it all that I can find out on Wednesday for sure.
They didn't. Yeah, if they're showing 186, they didn't deduct it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So Anthony's right. We've got the 36,446.
Well, wait a minute, Ian.
That's
If you had the 150 in there, do you take it out again out of the 186? Or is the 100?
No, it's one number.
Yeah.
They don't,
They don't reserve out our rainy day fund. They just give us a
it
number.
stays in that undesignated,
Unassigned.
unassigned fund balance.
Yeah.
It
So I
doesn't
guess-
go anywhere.
So the question I still didn't get answered yet was, is there we keep 150,000 for a rainy day fund?
Yep,
That roll over every year, or is it just stay there?
It just stays
stays
there.
there.
So do we need to keep adding to that? This will
No,
talk,
we don't.
why did they
we
take it
don't.
out of the 186 then? That's
No,
my,
we're taking it out of 186.
We were taking it out of 300 and something last year.
Correct.
okay. We went with a
And we
300 and some odd-
left,
we had a $300,000 surplus last year and 186,000 this year. Or
correct.
we did. And then we took out 150 out of the 330, which is, 180. Okay. All right.
All right. So if we're looking at this, let me make some notes here. Hold on. Okay. So I've added 10. So if we do have only 36,446, we were talking about adding to 40 to the Capitol building, but that was the idea of that initially was like we were creating a new fund to do the maintenance. So do we necessarily need to add the 40 to the Capitol building since we add to Capitol building anyway? Are we just adding? We're making that amount higher in the.
Can you tell us what the balance is of that fund, or actually any of the funds, but that one in particular, Capitol Building, how much is in there now?
Sure.
190.
It's,
Yeah, 190 something.
yeah,
Okay.
hang on one sec. It was there. Let me find that. Well, this is at least from last year, and I don't know. We've obviously taken some out of there for probably some of the repairs that have been done. Here we go.
Here again, Ian, the 21-22 actuals not audited yet. If we took anything capital building fund, there's zero.
Yeah.
So here I'd like to hear over in the notes to tell us what we have in the balance of all these funds.
Yeah. Well, so we've got, so June 30th, 2021 balance in last year's town report is 199,834.
But Anthony, can you tell us what it is right now?
I would have to pull it up. I've got a couple entries to make just to make sure everything's up to snuff, because I had looked back at my notes and apparently I want to say about 8 months ago, there were some entries that were made into some of the capital accounts that were double charged. And I'm just trying to get to the bottom of that as well. So I can give you I can give you an accurate number. I close the books tomorrow, so you guys should have a budget status report for all of you by probably Wednesday with up-to-date figures for everything.
Okay.
So given what we have to do this year, Ian, this is one of the considerations with the library and the more work on the roof and the front porch.
Okay.
So,
I mean, it seems.
do we have to put the rest of that in there? No, I mean, we could put I would say we could put 10 in the cemetery reserve fund, because we're gonna have work done there. Whether 20,000 is gonna do it or not, I don't know, but.
Right.
And then if we got 36, that leaves you 16 to put in capital building.
Yeah.
16 or whatever, yeah.
Yep, okay. What are we looking at
that?
now?
What's the?
Hey, look at that.
What was the note?
Now you're making me happy.
Yes, speaker.
What was that 10,000? Was that voted last year to the fund?
No, this is what we're saying for this year.
What's the 10? The 10, is that going into the technology fund?
That's what he's just saying. He's gonna ask.
That was
okay. All right.
That was a suggestion that Michelle made. And again, I'm not. That doesn't necessarily. If we feel that the unassigned funds are better going into the building fund, I totally support that. That's fine. The website can sit there, and the IT stuff is working fine. It's working better than some of the repairs that need to be done to the library and stuff. So I'm fine with doing that. With putting 26,000 into this, because that's
if
that
you
I
think
feel that's
that
more
we're going to
important.
be able to get grant money for that, that there's a possibility that if you think there's a possibility we could get grant money for that.
It's unpredictable, but for some of the historic properties, it's if we do qualify for historic preservation grants that help pay for 50% of building repairs and maintenance, usually big ticket items. Still it's 50%, but it's often still big ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, Holly Hall is we will definitely apply for Holly Hall and the library, but we'll phase those projects too.
Right. Okay, but that's fine. I mean, I think 16 into here, and our renaming of this to make it more clear of what we're using that money for, and hopefully our fairly accurate balance of a couple $100,000 in there definitely allows us to make have a good chunk of those repairs be done. All right. Is there anything else we'd like to look at? I mean, obviously there's a lot here.
I'm curious how we got to that 9% when we didn't change anything.
Well, we took the 40 grand out.
The 40 grand was never.
Put it back down to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knocked that to 7.
But we did all of that prior to, and we were at a like.
No, I still had my. It was 10 in there.
10 in there.
But that's the only thing we changed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had done some other things, I think, as well, I thought.
It's only 2 tenths, but it got under 10.
I know.
Oh, that was 10.9.
You can look at the PDF version and see what's different.
Right. You put it down, it went to 9. Oh, that's right. That's 1 2 tenths. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you put it, go back down there, Ian. I can't believe it's under 10. That shouldn't have made. Yeah, it's something.
And we go,
Is this not calculating properly?
Well,
I hope it is.
before it took,
I know.
Well, we took 5,000 out of, I don't remember what we did.
yeah, but $3,000 is taking that down almost a full percent.
Percentage, yeah.
Something's not right.
But we also, didn't we take the 40,000 out? That was in.
No, but if he
before?
changes that back to 10 and goes down there,
Oh,
it's a full,
10.9.
it's 10.9, it's a full percent.
No, it's not. It's 10. Look. See?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it
It's not
said
10.9.
10.9.
No, it was 10 before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Val's double checking her phone mirrors.
All right.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Sorry.
Dude. No, we're all good to check this. And there's a lot going on here. And obviously, you know, I bring this up. We've talked in the past about finding systems that can help us with these kind of things, because it's we run up to limitations with this kind of system. With one formula being wrong, throws everything out and we don't know what's going on. But you have to spend a lot of money to get systems to help you do that, and do they actually save you money with the money that you're spending on them? So yeah.
Anthony, how much do we have in the capital paving fund? Because we didn't do much paving this year, correct?
I can tell you that, Joel.
do,
Capital
you do.
paving. God. Well, the town report for last year, June 30th, 2021 balance is $577.
Yeah, that was last year's, but we didn't paving this year. Remember?
So it'll be the appropriation that was
135.
voted. Yeah, 135.
Plus 50, 50,
5250.
Yeah. So we'd have to get that.
But he has it all spent
Right.
and then some.
Yeah.
You mean
It would be nice to see our, I don't know who mentioned this, but to see I think it was Joel, to see the numbers in here.
The
added to the
actuals,
spreadsheet.
yes.
Yeah, that would be nice.
What the balance is
Actuals
of
our. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
nice. Because I mean,
You know, if
looking
you
at that,
told me
you're right,
we
it's
had-
like,
Yeah, if you told me we had 250,000 in that capital building fund, we might not put 70 in there or 30 in there. We might only put 10 in there on those tight
Yeah.
units that it is right now. Or
Oh,
if you,
yeah, that's a good idea,
if
actually.
you told me you had 200,000 your capital paving, I'd say, well, maybe we cut that down to 100,000.
yeah, you're right.
What do we have right now in capital paving? as a-
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wonder how we could word that, because technically actuals are expenditures. Would a second column off to the right be like actual as of, or total in
Or
account? or something
just
like
fund
that?
balance, right?
Well, yeah, because you just pull balance sheets.
In previous years, I'd been maintaining that capital improvement plan,
Right.
budget spreadsheet that we had that information available. But being that I've been out,
Right.
I haven't had a chance to look at that this year.
Right. But that's part of the limitation of that, is that it's you are doing that versus having multiple people be able to add to it, which is really what we need. We need, because you couldn't do it, Anthony is able to do it, and he's plugged the numbers in. But I mean, I think if we can add it to this, and this doesn't necessarily have to be, goes into the town report, but for us looking at this, I think the fund balance would be very, as Joel said, would be very useful to be able to, since these are the largest numbers that we're sort of really dealing with, that we can make adjustments to sort of help that bottom line. It might be a nice thing to have here.
Anthony, are you able to log into those accounts and look those up from where you are?
Yeah.
I mean, you should be able to just do that. Like, I'd ask you for that information and plug it into my spreadsheet. So
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
Okay, let's
want
do
me to
that
just-
if you're
I'd
able
like to
to.
know what we have I'd like to know what we have in that capital paving as of right now.
Yeah, okay.
Not much.
Getting those
I can
numbers, Joel.
bet.
I would put it in the notes column for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's formulas down below that or other
Yeah,
things.
no, that's a good idea. Put it in the notes.
All right, so as he's gonna do that, do we want to look at anything else? Obviously, there are 495 other lines to look at. We've gone through each of these in terms of the different departments. And I don't know if there's anything that jumped out to folks in terms of giant changes that were more in our control.
Two things I'd like to circle back on.
Sure.
The last meeting, we had a conversation about the clerk treasurer's office and separating out the assistant clerk treasurer as a separate line. And I began to try to do that. When I was doing that, I realized I wasn't exactly understanding what the select board was looking for. And also found that in prior years, the assistant clerks and assistant treasurers were all different part-time people. So there were no benefits associated with those situations. But now we're proposing a full-time single person filling that role, perhaps in addition to other part-time assistants. But for now, we're budgeting for a full-time assistant clerk / assistant treasurer, which complicates being able to separate it, because some of the benefits are department based and not individual based, so it can't pull those out easily. And also, in other departments, and also the salaries of the clerk and treasurer, they're not 100%, they're apportioned, which is why we have those tables down below. So they're not 100% assigned to the clerk treasurer's office, but the assistant would be, and that would be 100%. And I'm just not sure what the benefit would be of just exposing what that individual person's salary is, because, or how to separate their insurance, their health insurance and workers' comp and retirement and disability, or even creating a whole separate section like we did for the administrative assistant. I'm not sure. It'd be some effort to do that in this particular worksheet, but what the overall purpose is.
What the benefit there, I don't see any benefit from separating it, especially if you plug it in there and the formulas go to everywhere, like to water and sewer and whoever else they help. If they're plugged in there, they're going to go everywhere automatically, correct?
Well, the formulas already do that, but the assistant clerk treasurer would be 100% the clerk treasurer's office. So I'm just not sure how to parse those. I don't know. Because there's
how would you do it now? I mean, if you've got an assistant clerk, because the top line, the salary line already includes the clerk treasurer and assistant clerk treasurer.
It hasn't, I don't know why. I don't remember adding that myself. Maybe I did. But it'd be not.
We added that last meeting, I believe, or the meeting before. We took it out of there. We took it out of the line below it and we put it all above. I think that was the conversation then, was to put it in with.
That
line was doubled. It was a mistake in the formula that we corrected. And then we talked about, well, why isn't the salary for the assistant clerk and assistant treasurer broken out? And I can't remember why we wanted it broken out. There was some particular reason. I think it's fine as is. I mean, we publicly, this is what you see in the town report. Obviously, in the personnel side of things, privately, we know the individual salaries there. And so we as a select board can look at that and make adjustments. I do have a question about the health insurance. And is that correct? The 277.2, did a plan change? Is that just because it's such a enormous
It assumes
change?
that the new person would go on the family plan.
Okay.
We could assume that they go on the spouse, the 2-person plan like we did with the police department.
Yeah. Well, that would be higher though, correct?
Lower.
Yes.
The family plan is
lower.
the gold standard.
Oh, okay. Is that how we normally calculate in terms of a
We
a
have
position?
for
The
vacant- for
default is
vacant
family?
positions. Yeah.
Okay. I guess you're preparing for whatever
Worst case
possibility
scenario.
may come. Yeah. Worst case. Well, no, I didn't want to say that because it's the choice of the person that we
Well, you
hire.
do.
It's not the worst case scenario.
Actually, I take that back. I'm looking at the health insurance section, the tab, and that they are budgeted at the 2-person spouse rate, which is still higher than it would have been last year because the positions didn't have benefits last year.
Ah,
That does seem 277% increase. That does seem. I think we have
yeah,
to
because
that number.
You can't change
yeah.
that number, Joel. That's
no,
a-
but he wants to look
That's
at the number,
effective.
just confirm.
Make sure it's correct, that's all.
Right,
Yes.
right.
I mean, that's
It's-
3
Yeah.
family plans right there. $62,000.
It is. It
That's
is 3 family plans.
Well, no, Val just said.
No,
she's
Val
looking
just
at
said it was 2.
spreadsheet and it's
So I was going to check
8.
on that. I only just because I spotted the one previously today, which was the 175% increase, and it happened to be that formula just was picking another row, and so I corrected that. But it's just
16,
I want to make
16,
sure that's
32,
correct.
32 and 16, 42, 48,
62.
48.
What is it, 62, not 12?
What is the family plan?
That's 20,000.
The 2-person is 16,
Right.
roughly. So that's
That's $21,000 for
that's
3 people.
48.
Yeah, let's double check that because that's seems high, but we might be correct on that. And I was curious about because the others, like this, obviously that's 1 person, that's a little bit different, and this is a single. Then we haven't accounted for that, but they're not going to get that. Where is? Oh, that's too high. Are you looking at mine, Val, in the share? You're looking at on your own screen, right?
I'm looking at my own screen. Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't want to make you ill as I scroll up and down. So that's nothing there. So where's the?
Highway gets
Yeah.
medical and police department gets medical.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was just curious if it was those. I'm sure it's because of that new position that we have, the combined assistant. All right, so let's go down.
We got
Sorry,
anywhere
but-
else where we've got 3 people that get medical?
Yeah, the highway department. Well, let's
Okay,
see,
let's look.
yeah.
But they
What
were
about-
plans.
Eric,
What
Chris,
about rec?
Meredith
be
and Taylor
below.
both get
Yeah.
medical.
So there's expenses for highway 22.9.
And
Now,
that's what,
Eric's
5
the only
people.
family, the other one, let's see. Chris and Mike are singles and
Okay,
Brett is 2-person. And Kobe's
Okay.
still on his parents, so he doesn't get it.
okay. Thanks, Sharon. All right, and then we'll take a quick look
Aaron,
at
will he
our-
go off this year? Do you know? His age? I don't know his age, so.
No, he's only 21.
he
He can
won't
stay on his
go off.
parents
Okay.
until he's
Just wanted
26.
to make sure we didn't have to budget.
Good for him. And then, yeah, it's a 9 here for our rec department. I mean, that is, it's the director and the assistant.
Well, Meredith is here by herself.
P20.
Okay,
And then, well,
I mean-
Freddie might have a little bit in there, but not much. And then
Okay.
the youth is where Taylor is. She
But
has
didn't
yeah,
you-
one
and
more.
that's still 9. So that number,
Ian,
Dude,
didn't,
I found it. I found the problem. I found it. So I can fix that right now.
fantastic.
Yes.
I love
P14.
finding problems. Joel,
Yes.
you had a question.
well, yeah, go back to when we were in executive session, you showed us all what the insurance was costing us. Just take 3 family plans, and times it by 3 and put that number in there.
P14.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
No, you gotta do the formulas, but yeah, I know.
It seems
Yeah,
like
there's-
it's
There's,
not.
there's-
there's so
Make
many
sure the numbers are right, but-
differences. That's the thing.
You're telling me
All
a
right, so
family
let's-
plan is 20,000 and it was 63,000 there. And that's.
Yeah.
Right, Joel, but you can't just plug a number in there because if you do it, it messes the
The formulas.
the formulas.
Yeah,
We'll
Val's
change it.
formulas are correct on the back end side. It's just there's obviously
It was pointing
You
to
know,
the wrong
because-
cell. It was pointing
Yeah,
to a
which is-
different person's cell.
yeah.
That's what happens when you copy paste sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it's also too, we're adding lines in and we're changing this. It's a living document. So
Yeah,
All
so
right.
it now reflects the 2-person.
All right, where we go? There we
Right
go.
there.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is that, that's higher.
No,
Shouldn't be.
it's lower. It's down from 62.
$7,000 less.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
he's looking
okay.
at the percentage.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
No,
was
because it was
289.
270. Okay, that's fine. All right, so that's accurate, Val. That's still, so it's that high compared to other people because of this position, correct? The assistant clerk and treasurer position.
yes.
The others
Well,
were,
it's
the
basing
others
on
have
the
been,
previous year,
yeah,
from 2546 to 55,837.
yeah. Okay,
So
good.
just double check the calculation for the percentage.
Health insurance. No, that,
And also Anthony will be a family plan here come this summer, so
Oh, yeah.
he's a 2-person right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that switches over.
How's that work, Anthony?
You're only allowed 2 people, Anthony.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, sorry, you didn't make the budget cut, Anthony, sorry.
I'll make note.
All right. So Val's gonna
health
second
insurance
that.
should actually be closer to 60,000, but no, actually that's correct because it's the apportioned ratio. It's the, yeah, never mind. That
So
should be,
there's more somewhere else.
or is
there's
this
more.
formula wrong? No, the formula's not wrong.
That's comparing it to the previous year, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that. It's 16, it was 50, it was 16,
Right. No, it's gonna be
and then it's
55.
gone to 55. So that's what that is.
That's
Okay.
right.
So, all right. So there was a slight issue with it.
oh, that's
No, there
partly,
isn't.
well, there was one opt-out, now there isn't,
Yeah.
and insurance increased. And, yeah, but I have not,
9.6. Oh, we went back up. How could, wait a minute.
this does not include the family plan for the treasurer.
How did that? we're
This
looking at-
doesn't, Val, down
we're
here.
Looking at 9.6.
Oh, wait, actually,
Yeah.
let's,
Expenditures.
Yeah,
No,
why'd
that's
we go
right.
up?
When we were looking at the 9.6, that was on the expenditures, not the overall.
No, we weren't, were we? Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
we
we were.
were.
It
Yeah,
was expenditures.
This does include- this does include the treasurer family plan.
Okay, good. All right, so we're at 10.5, 10.5, sorry.
Okay.
I don't know
Anthony,
how long we can
we
squeeze
find out how
this.
much we had today's date, as of today, how much we have in the paving budget?
Yeah, you got some numbers for us, Anthony?
I don't care if they're audited or not. Tell me what they are.
I'm just going off of our balance sheets right now. I'm just trying to pull them up.
Okay. All right. Any other thoughts from select board members regarding the budget?
I wondered, listers. I wanted to also go back on listers.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have the assessor's proposal. And maybe this is more of a current year expense. But I just wanted to see where are they in my
Give me a headache.
I'm getting there.
supply software
Sorry.
equipment. Yeah.
Are you
I'm
guys fighting over this?
listers, at some point I believe they need a laptop computer. They just have the desktop computer, and some of them are working off their personal computers to do some of the stuff out of the office.
Isn't that
And
the technology fund?
Yeah, that's the technology fund.
okay, I just wanted to put that out there that they need a laptop computer. And if we want to take a look at their salaries, let's see, personnel. Listers.
No, but do we have the auditor in the lister's number, right? We did put that in. Go up a little
Um,
bit, Ian.
the salary figure,
There you go.
actually, I'm seeing that right now. The salary figure is an inputted number. It's not related, it's not associated with the personnel tab. I'm just noticing that now.
And that
And
was this line, sorry, about 129, Michelle,
Yeah.
is this one.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought we had, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah. And
It-
so
it-
Val, I guess that's why we're yellow here. So what are we looking at here?
Well, I'm noticing that it's a static number. It's probably the only one that's not linked to the personnel tab. And as I'm looking over at the personnel tab, which includes, it reflects the adjustments that were made this past year, as well as the recommended adjustment for this coming year. And I can just tell you that let me paste the link in and.
You're going to tell us that it's higher, aren't you, Val?
Yes.
She is.
Let me paste the
I had a
link.
feeling.
Yeah.
Spit it out,
Well,
Val.
I'm glad I did this because as I told you before, I haven't been at the computer much, or today anyway. So there it is. Yeah. And that's just their hourlies. Because they've been, and it doesn't necessarily reflect the actual hours that they're putting in. It's well, let me double check that.
Really? Wow.
That's
All right, so
estimated
these
at
are
10
accurate
hours.
now, Val?
10 hours a week at their current rates.
It always
All
feels
right.
so arbitrary how they calculate workers' comp.
Yeah, workers' comp, yeah, it's VLCT and it's a bulk figure. And it changes from year to year.
So much for a decrease.
We
Yeah,
decreased
we're
and
gonna
now
be-
we've increased.
Yeah,
Lovely.
we're back. Oh, we're probably close to 11 now.
Well, don't look at that screen. Let me scroll down and I'll show you.
Oh.
Although one thing Anthony caught was that the FICA, for what it's worth, the FICA has been calculated, all the departments has been calculated at a slightly higher than it should be. And so we do see a slight reduction there. I mean,
Yeah, not enough to bring us back down to like 10 point something.
no, we should do that for all of the departments. Oh, that's already, no, wait. Yeah, that's already calculated somewhere else.
Okay, well, that's I feel like this is a yearly thing that we have. It's just one of these things.
Yeah, it's awkward when you find static numbers in places where there should be formulas.
Yes.
So.
Well, we need to approve this tonight. And we also need to look at the warnings, and we also need to look at the revolving loan fund documents. And it's now 8:44.
I do not want to be here till midnight.
Can we push the revolving loan fund? I know we want to do them, but those particular things do not affect the work that we're doing now as we move towards town meeting and the budget. So I would recommend that we push it to another meeting. I know we keep pushing it off, but we are going to do it.
If we push it to, I mean, I have no problem pushing it to another meeting, but if we push it to another meeting, it's got to be the first thing on our list.
Sure.
Agreed.
It's just this takes priority. Like the
Yeah,
changes
no,
that we
I
make to
agree with
that aren't going to, nothing will happen to that.
Yeah.
But we really need to get this done and look at the warnings and stuff like that. And also just focus on this and also being able to justify this change. We have to be very clear about that, you know?
Mhm. So here's my question on the budget. Do we think we're at the final?
I don't know, because we're finding little things that aren't accurate. But Sharon, what's our drop dead? You're gonna strangle us if we don't get it done.
Tonight.
Oh, is it tonight? Okay.
That's what I thought.
It's almost like we need to meet twice a week. Just kidding.
Well, we got started later than we normally do.
A little bit later.
We would have done some of this earlier, but
I know.
but the chair wasn't prepared.
Oh, nice. Nice. Very good.
You made police chair, right, kid?
Hey, I knocked off 3%
You did
off
you
that
did well.
number today.
Yeah, you
and
did
we
well.
Put it all back on.
Yeah, no, I know. Oh my God. But I mean, this is my, I don't know, 4th year or 5th year of doing this with you guys. And it's the same thing. It's like, it's an emotional roller coaster ride as we reduce it, and then it goes back up. But this year is particularly high. I mean, I wish it wasn't that.
Like
but
I said,
it's
you got to figure that we're making up for some of the
Yes.
increase, some of the budgeted numbers for last year are not accurate.
Right.
Especially in the salary lines, because we did wage adjustments after we did the budget.
Yeah. Okay.
So can we
So
like
Val,
can we make a motion to approve this? And I
pending.
mean, what would be the worst case scenario? Val finds, or you guys find some mistake that would increase it drastically?
One would hope not, right, Val?
What did you say, Erin?
No, I said, can we approve it
Right.
as is in hopes that if you find a mistake, it's not gonna be anything drastic?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we approve it, what, we have to put these numbers into the warrant.
Right, and it goes into print.
Actually, this will be a
it's
floor
not-
vote. This will be a floor vote, so corrections can be made from the floor.
And if there is an error, it won't be the first time, and I'll guarantee you, it won't be the last.
Yep, that's true. Did we
Okay,
find
I'll make
out
a
that,
motion
Val,
that I'll make a motion that we approve our general budget as presented
Okay.
with an 11.1% increase.
11 point.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
11.5% increase.
11.5.
Anthony, you
That-
still, do we have a number of what we have in paving right now? As of today, what's in that fund?
Anthony.
There, Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
He
He's
stepped
crunching
away.
numbers.
I mean,
Ultimately, it would mean that we would have to fund something lower than what we funded it last year, Joel, and I'm not
That's
comfortable doing that.
where I was going with
Yeah.
that, Peter. Maybe we could cut that down to 125.
I would just leave things as they are.
I wouldn't,
Okay.
I mean, those are numbers that we calculated out a long time ago, and
We have
it
to
took us
adjust
a
them.
long time to get there.
Yeah, I don't want to do it honestly, but
Okay, sorry, hold on. I had lost
I
my
mean,
screen because I'm still going through the balance
Yeah,
sheets.
sure.
I have a couple numbers right now. They do not, none of them include the appropriations for April. So I can
Okay.
start entering them now, or I just wanted to get them all so I could just one and done it.
Well, I think, thank you for finding those. I think, Joel, I just changed the 135 and it's like a point, it's not very much. And Pika just
Okay.
mentioned that he was uncomfortable with not level funding those at the current level that we're doing, because it seems like that's just moving backwards. No matter how much we want to reduce that final percentage, it's like, it just puts us in a bad position the following year unless we somehow come across funds that we can use. And that generally doesn't happen.
so how much is in that now, Anthony?
For paving,
Yeah,
Capital paving fund.
14,835.78.
14,000?
Yeah.
835.78, yeah.
Okay.
And that's not including appropriations.
Yeah,
Or-
so you're gonna have 150,000 to spend between middle of April,
Yeah.
1st of May, in 2 months. That's my.
No, it doesn't have to be spent, Joel. That's the thing.
I know it
That's why
doesn't,
we
Peter.
did a
I
capital
get that.
fund.
It doesn't have to be spent.
Right.
It doesn't have to be. That's why we set this up. So we're not going to go, okay, we can't get pikes in here before June 30th. Then we got to give it up. I get that point. But I was just trying
Eric doesn't have enough money to pave what he wants to pave, I can tell you that right now.
he'll have
Yeah.
280, he'll have 285,000 just under.
Eric does not have enough money with what we've got scheduled to pave what he wants to pave. He's gonna have to choose to not pave one of the roads he wants to pave.
Yeah, I mean, if we do Pine Street, he's gotta pave Pine Street, right?
No.
No.
No, that'll
Well,
come out of
yeah.
water.
And that
Well,
will be, well,
Part of it will come out of water, won't it?
Just the patch.
Right.
Right.
Did we double check the grant fund position to make sure that that's ARPA funds and not is it balancing?
Yeah,
correct?
we took that
Yeah.
out. He put it in the comments section.
Yeah.
I was
Thank you, Darla.
hoping for something different, guys. I thought
Yeah,
that
it
was a
wasn't
golden
in there
parachute for a
being
minute.
calculated. Yeah.
I did.
Did you? Okay.
All right, so we have a motion from Michelle and a second from Peaker regarding the general fund budget for 2023 to 2024. Any further discussion before we go for a vote? There's a sigh, a long sigh. Any other discussion?
I gotta flip a coin here whether I'm gonna vote yay or nay. I'm really on the fence on this one.
You
Well,
can, but you can be on the fence, but I don't know. There's
I
not
don't know. I'll
There's
vote.
not much we can cut
fence in a hard
and
place.
not put ourselves in a
In a pickup,
precarious
yeah.
situation.
Exactly.
As I said, we can say all those words. Sharon can remember all these words to tell the people when they're writing their check in November and April.
Well, it's just going to be a picture of you and then your phone number underneath, and Sharon will just
No.
point to you.
No.
Or
Here's
me.
one of your phrases, Joel. It's time to fish or cut bait.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Any other discussions? Hearing none. All those in favor, say aye or raise your hands.
Aye.
Aye.
Begrudgingly.
Yeah.
All those against, nay.
Nay. Sorry, guys, I just can't
Motion
support it.
carries. That's okay.
No, it's not.
He's just
Well-
as much a part of it as we are.
That's
I am.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, I get where
I
you're
know.
coming from, Joel. I just don't know where we'd make the change.
Yeah.
I don't either. Like I said, I thought maybe we could take a little, trim a little here, trim a little here. But
Hey,
It
I
just
trimmed that
doesn't get us
technology
very
fund.
far.
I didn't want to balance it on employees. Go ahead. We're all set.
Yep.
It's all right.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. That was fun.
Hard.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's
Hard.
more difficult this year than other years, I have to say. All right, so it's 8:53. So let's number 3. Let's finalize town meeting and police district warnings. And we have the police budget now. And let me.
Let's do that
recall
one first. That one will be easy. We don't have to take anything out of that. Just put numbers
hope so.
in.
Let me look at those. Let me get those numbers up here on my screen. If I can, since I was just working on those as I log into this account. Where'd police budget go? Here we go. All right, so let me get the warnings up as well, and I'll share those. If I can remember how to do that. Dang it! Where'd those warnings go? Give me 1 second, please.
Time's up.
I've got to look through the OneDrive to find everything now. Here we go. Town meeting 2023. Here we go. So you want to do police first?
Yeah, only because that'll be easier. We gotta remove stuff from the other one. And then Bruce can go home.
Mhm.
Oh, Bruce is still there. Bruce, have you been
Yes.
waiting for this morning? I'm sorry,
I
Bruce.
just enjoy all of these meetings.
All right. Let me share this. Okay. All right. Can folks see that? Let me zoom. Sorry. Let's do a fit. Whoa. How's that for folks? All right. So we're looking at the voters of Bristol, the police district adopt the 23-24 fiscal year budget in the amount of, and now I gotta jump across, or Val, can you tell me what the budget was, please? That we approved? Sorry for police, my apologies. We're not doing you remembering it. It's just if I switch my screen, well, I guess I can switch my screen. I just want to get everyone mic'd up. Okay, here it is.
599, 348.
Thank you, Sharon, to the rescue. But now look, I've switched across the screen. Oh, darn it.
Right there, you're right there, that's it.
No, I'm here. Okay, so, sorry, read that again.
599, 348.
348.
Holy.
I don't know how much of it was taxes though.
Hang on, 599.
348.
348.
456, 181 to be raised by taxes.
All right, hang on. So 456, 181. And then what's this down here? Tax rate set by the track to raise. What's this one here?
450 should be 460. Yeah, 456, 181.
Okay, thank you.
Is that right?
All
I
right.
think so.
Is that right now? I think those two should be the same.
Is that right, Val or Sharon? Or if it's
Yeah.
anybody?
I mean, is that figure ordinarily duplicated in that paragraph?
I thought it was. Well, here, let me just jump to
Look at
the.
last year's.
Yeah, I'm just
I
gonna do.
believe that's right.
Do you
Okay.
need the decimal point and the zeros there, Ian, or does that matter?
I'm gonna find out.
Oh, or is it the 599, 348 that it needs to
Hold
be?
on.
in
I'm gonna
there?
find out. It's right. It's the latter number.
Yeah, it's repeated.
All right.
But which one is repeated? 599 or
No,
456?
the 456.
The latter.
Okay,
The latter one,
456.
yeah.
Okay,
Gotcha.
good. So it's good. I'm glad everyone's checking. So we did this right because it's now almost 9 o'clock and we started at 6. So let's unhighlight that. And oh, you mean this one here, Beaker? Yeah, they didn't need that. And this one here. Okay. Let me zoom out a bit because this is a little bit big on my screen. Okay, so we've got our correct budget numbers in there. We've got our correct raise by taxes in there. And we're just double checking the informational meetings. So we have 2, one on Monday, February 27th, and then one the following Monday at 6:30, and that's going to be
Holly Hall.
So- at Holly Hall. We got to do our Zoom, so we have to talk to Neat and see about the setup of that. Okay, and then we're looking at these, and this is this. And Sharon, how do we usually do this? Received for record. Are you receiving, because they sometimes are different dates. Are we going to change that to tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay,
Let me see what we did last year.
I can take a look. We did 27th
yeah,
and the 28th.
28,
Yeah, okay.
yep.
All right, so I'm going to do 30th, which is tonight, and 31st.
so that means you guys need to sign it by tonight
Tomorrow.
or by tomorrow so she can
Yeah.
have it by the
Yeah.
So I can sign.
I can do that. I can do that. I can just add our signatures in. Okay,
you
and then
have
I think
them
this is all. Yeah, I have them all. Yeah. Well, we did it so before the town report.
Yes,
I just
I know what we did.
We give you permission.
Mhm.
Thank you. All right, I'll do that tonight in my spare time after this meeting. Okay, so we're looking good here.
Hey, you can do that by the time I get home.
Are those ID and passcodes correct, Ian? Just,
Uh,
They're the same.
Good point.
they're
okay.
the same as last year.
The current
Which?
ones.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the current ones for today.
Well, but it's the same as last year.
Yeah,
The meeting IDs and the passcodes.
Yeah.
How do we do the same meeting as last year? How is that even possible?
Are we
We-
using the
we-
select board one?
yeah, we're the
Yeah.
same one.
If you have
Okay.
a private account, then it's the same.
All right. I'll double check that, and we can change that if it's
Yeah, that's a
needed, but-
minor correction. I shouldn't change it.
Yes. Okay. But everything looks good here. We've got our amount, so we're set with that. And so I'll just make a little note. Add the signatures. Add the signatures. All right. Everyone happy with this? Do you need a
Yes.
motion, Val?
Yes.
No, we,
Yes.
to approve the warning? So
Yeah.
moved.
Okay,
Second.
Boom.
motion is second. Any further discussion?
Mm-mm.
Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Raise your hand to vote for the police district warning. Aye.
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 All those against, nay.
Who seconded that?
I did,
Michelle.
Michelle.
Great.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, let's see if I can jump to the town warning. So I'm going to close this.
Ready to
And I'm going to
go.
go. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to the town meeting. Okay. So a little bit of work on this. Let's get this to fit. Thank you. All right, we got a little note here from Sharon. Okay. Ooh, so wait, that's this afternoon.
Yeah, they're having their meeting tonight and we'll be approving them. The only thing I don't know is if it will be on a warning from them or are they expected to be on our warning. I know they expected to be on our ballot.
Okay.
I don't know about the
All right.
warning.
Okay. Well, we can hopefully solidify that tomorrow. All right, Article 1, we're all set.
Thank you, Bruce.
Good night, Bruce.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanks,
Night,
Bruce.
Night.
Article 2, obviously still a work in progress. Article 3, 0.75%. And our dates are correct.
Article 2 should be fine with the changes I made
Okay.
because today was the deadline.
Okay. Get out of here. Let's get out of that. Oh, come on. All right. I'm making these changes now. If I can remember how to use this program. All right. So we'll get to where this is going to be. All right. Is that correct, Sharon?
Yeah, you
So
didn't take the, you
that's-
need to take the S out. School
Thank
board
you.
members. There's only one
School board.
3-year term.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. So
members.
that's how we're.
Sharon, there's 2 members. Says school board members for 3-year term and a 1-year school board member. So is
For
it,
1 year, one school board member
No,
for a
it
3-year
says
term, and
one-
one school board.
Yeah, but it's one school board member for a 3-year term and one.
Yeah,
One
okay.
school board. Yeah.
Member for a
I guess,
1-year
yeah,
term.
you're right. Take the,
All right.
That's the
Did you get
same.
Did you get your signatures, select board members?
No, didn't bother.
You'll find out.
You better have.
Sharon, can you tell us if any new petitions were submitted?
No, they were not.
Okay. I thought you were going to say, no, you couldn't tell us.
No,
Don't they have
No,
to
that's
do
right.
that tonight?
No.
no,
It's a
5
surprise.
o'clock. 5 o'clock
Oh my
when I
God,
lock the
Sharon, this is
door.
the first year I'm running unopposed.
Wow.
We'll have
Yeah,
to-
so you
we'll
both
have
can
to
work
launch
the
a write-in
election.
campaign.
Wow.
You wore them down, Michelle.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a look here. We've got our 4%. We've got our salaries. Darla, look, you're going to be getting 25 per meeting.
Wow.
Be able to retire.
Just me.
just
So
you.
it's just
And-
$1 an hour, you get $1.02.
yeah. Okay.
Alright.
So let's fill in some numbers if we can.
Now, just to
Who
make
would
it
like-
easy, if you go to the general fund budget page and go all the way to the bottom, there's that summary page that takes all that stuff from the top or the other areas and puts it all together into a table that answers all of
Great.
these.
You can
Do you remember
can
that
read
summary?
that number. You can read that to me, Val, because I can't. I'm sharing this and I don't want to.
Oh, right.
So if someone can read me the numbers, that would be
Well, it
fantastic.
can't be any of the rest of us because none of us have access to it.
Right.
No, with
Oh,
good
and
reason
when I
too.
try to get access, I have Russian stuff. I can't even
Wait,
read it.
what?
I do.
Hold on.
Comes out in Russian terms. I don't know
Alright, so
what's
you've
going
been-
on.
you've been- You've been hacked, Sharon. You probably should shut
They
off
do
the
it.
machine right now.
They invade your office too, like Ukraine or what?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, that's not
That was the
good. That's,
craziest
maybe
thing
we'll look at
I've
that
heard.
separate as a separate issue.
Lollipops or something.
All right, Val, what do we got? So we're looking at Public Works Highway Fund operating budget.
Operating budget, 894,658.
All right. Raised by taxes,
774,486.
thank you. And then this is the same, I'm assuming, 774.
Yeah.
486. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking at Arts, Parks, and Recreation Department.
You're still green there, boss.
Where?
Yep,
Oh, at the top,
exactly.
sir? Yeah. I got it. I know it's fascinating for the other members just to watch me edit this.
It's
What
keeping
could be
people
more
awake.
silly? I know. Well, it's so we do it correctly.
Well, we're paying attention.
That's true. I know, which is good. That's what we need. So when I enter the wrong number here. All right, Arts, Parks, and Recreation Department budget.
349,269.
Thank you.
Supported by taxes, 250,469.
Lovely. And then we're going to take this
Yeah.
and put it down here. Come on, is that really going to be there? Thank you. Okay. General fund operating budget.
Yeah, this 1116733.
Wait.
Hey, that's not right.
1,116,733.
You're missing
And-
on a 1 in front of the 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two ones in front of us.
111, 3
There you
ones.
go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna do no. What am I doing
No
here?
comment.
Oh, after the
Nope.
6.
After the 6.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not used to numbers this big,
Right.
writing them out. Okay.
You don't write
All right,
those
so what do we got?
checks.
What do we got here? No, seriously.
All
All right.
Supported by taxes, 926,154.
Okay. What were the last three, Val? Sorry.
154.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
And voted appropriate.
All right. So now we get into. So.
Yeah, capital building
These-
fund, we can do that one. We're gonna put, well, no, we can't. We want to change it.
Well, we have the 30,000 to put in there though.
No, that's.
Well, so some of
That's
these
under-
we're
Oh,
not.
that's
We're
from not the,
moving.
yeah, you're right. It's
Some
right.
of these we're moving entirely, right? Because this is our.
Right, some of them are
unassigned.
getting deleted.
Yes. So capital building isn't getting
That's-
deleted.
No, that's the one we have to change the name and then put in the 16,000.
Capital road we can delete.
Yep,
Oops, sorry. Capital paving we can delete.
well, keep one of them because we have to put in the technology
no, I
fund
will.
and the cemetery fund.
Yes.
So you got 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you add money to
Okay.
this?
What was that, Val?
Did you add funds to the cemetery?
We were
account?
gonna add 10 just because we know of the
The
repairs
work.
that need to be
Undesignated
done.
reserve funds?
Right,
Correct.
from the unassigned.
Yep,
funds.
thank you.
All right. So we were thinking of what did we come up with in the end?
16,
16.
but we also need to change the name.
Well, so is that part? I don't know why this is called.
We can
Is that
do it.
that's not
We
I
can
would-
do it as one.
Yeah, I would perhaps recommend doing it the other way around. Would voters authorize broadening the name of the capital
Changing. Just changing.
capital building fund to capital building and maintenance fund and allocate $16,000 to it from the general fund unassigned fund balance. Yeah, building and maintenance, yeah. Reserve fund.
I can't spell maintenance for beans. There we go. Thank you.
I
Will
would
voters
add reserve
authorize
fund to the
change-
top upper part of the sentence. Reserve fund.
Hold on. Will voters authorize changing the name of the capital building?
Reserve
You
fund,
want to say, okay, thank you.
capital reserve fund, just,
Before the word.
No,
fund.
hold on. Sorry. It's getting confusing here.
Yeah.
It's we're changing the name of the capital building fund.
reserve fund.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's not how we
Reserve.
ever put it, Val. Even on our articles, it's always been the capital building fund.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
all right,
But we're going to change it to the capital building and maintenance reserve fund.
yes,
Reserve,
They're
maintenance
all
and
Okay.
reserved,
reserve.
they're all reserved.
They're all
It
reserve
says
fund.
The top of if you look down, the top of it says reserve funds. And then it
Okay.
says capital highway equipment, capital sidewalk,
You're right.
capital.
yeah.
got it.
Okay,
Okay.
so will voters authorize changing the name of the capital building fund to the capital building and maintenance fund and allocate the transfer or allow the transfer or authorize
just
the
say
transfer?
Authorize, or, do they, yeah, allocate?
Yeah, it's authorized. So let's here and authorize the
Yeah.
transfer of $16,000 of the June 30th, 2022.
Yeah,
Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah.
So what do I call this now? 'Cause
To
we're changing the name.
or just to it, a balance of that much, fund balance to it. So you're referring back to it, just to it.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so the next one,
that'll be the cemetery fund, cemetery reserve fund,
You probably should do them in order. Do the technology. fund.
technology fund, yeah.
ah,
And that's your 10,000.
I mean, we don't have to do that if we don't want to. All right. What was that again? I don't want to jump back to the
10,000.
budget. That was 10? Okay,
10, yeah.
It's gotta equal 36 when we get done. 10, 10, and 16 is pretty close.
right, we've got, yeah. Okay.
I saw both of those.
Huh?
I saw both of those.
What was he saying? Yes, for these two. Oh.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I heard what you're saying, Michelle. No, someone had sent me a message.
No,
I
I
was
was
saying-
like, why is he
No.
saying yes, please?
No, I know. No. Someone
Okay.
just someone just ordered me a drink. Yes, please.
Well, in that case, you better be ordering all of us one.
They're coming now. Okay, so 10,000 from the Capital Technology Fund. Oh, no, almost. For the Capital Technology Fund and 16 here. And then what's our final one is for the cemetery, correct?
Cemetery, yeah.
All right, and that's going to be 10 again,
10.
correct? Thank you. To the, is it just the cemetery fund? What are we calling it?
Scroll down a little.
But you might want to spell it right.
Oh,
No, I
didn't-
will.
we didn't
No,
have
we
it in
didn't have
there.
it in there.
No.
No, I could jump back. Should I spell that correctly? Thank you. Hang on, let me just jump back.
No,
think
there's,
she's the
it's all
It's just a
leaves. There's no
cemetery fund.
way.
It is the cemetery fund. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, where is it? There's too many things. All right, cemetery fund. There we go. So
But
10.
it's ERY, it's not ARY, it's cemetery.
Thank you, Sharon.
All E's.
Is this a British spelling that I just did? Wait,
I don't know.
maybe.
It's the
Center.
Stephen King version.
Yeah.
Well, that's Pet Cemetery.
Well,
Oh, that's true. To the Pet Cemetery Fund. Okay.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Ian,
All right,
can you
so,
scroll up just a little bit?
Sure.
Just, okay, you did it. You didn't have 16,000. You didn't have it both, Grant, but you do now.
Yeah, I got that. So we've got our 10, 20, 36 of our Anthony confirmed as best he can, 36,446 unassigned funds. But I mean, hopefully by next year's budget, we'll obviously have, fingers crossed, we'll be dealing with 22s and 23s. So I'm hoping that 36 is going to be a little bit higher. All right.
Well, you know, if
We've
we
got
do
it.
our job, if we do our job right, it really shouldn't be.
That's
Why
right,
is
because
it-
we should be spending what we're
We
budgeting.
should
You're
be-
right.
Yep.
Right.
But
Why is there an underline under the 15?
Because it was a highlight that I was highlighting,
Okay.
because that was the
Okay.
change. So
So
this one was
It's
going to be
7.
7.
Back to 7.
Yep.
Mhm.
And is everything else correct? We kept it.
Yeah, no, we didn't change anything
35,
else. Oh, no,
40.
the capital
Fires,
fire vehicle fund is 125.
Oops, hang on. There we go.
Mhm.
25, 7, 30, and the road fund is 45.
45.
And that's road fund, right? Sorry, I'm going to jump
Yeah.
back
Yes.
just
yeah.
to double check. And then 15, 135, and 10. All right. 15,
so now
135,
you
and
can
10.
get back and forth, no problem. A minute ago,
Well,
I couldn't do it.
No, I just didn't want to confuse people. Let me use my calculator
Now you gotta
here.
get the total in there.
No, I know. I'm working on it. 130. I
so
don't know
Mike,
why I'm doing this. I'm the worst person to do math.
why wouldn't
Yes,
it
Val.
same
Why
group
wouldn't you
that's
have
on
that
the,
on the budget? Just look at the budget.
Yeah,
go
why
back
isn't
to
the
that
same?
page.
It's 567,000.
yeah,
Thank you, Sharon.
There you go.
No,
got
I know.
that
It's
too.
because this isn't a calculation. It's just a line.
right.
But if
It's
you
not
just
a-
gone back
Because
to
this
the
is a
page
word-
you're on before, it's right there.
Yeah,
No,
in the
I
budget
know.
sheet.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
567.
Work harder, not work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, and we've
We should have
confirmed
let you
this.
on your calculator and then had you do it.
Yeah, and then it would have been wrong. Okay, so that's fine. We're not. So we've got our unassigned. We've got our reserve funds are correct now. We've got our Lawrence Library budget. We've got our Bristol Rescue Squad.
Is that
And
the new budget for the library? I thought it was a little higher.
correct.
That's the new number.
No,
Let
I
me
think
jump
that's
back.
yeah.
That's
I
the
thought
new
that was
number.
That is Sharon.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's down here.
173, 411 right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Line
Okay, good.
515.
I see. It's rounded up. We saved a little bit. We saved 12 cents.
22 cents.
Or 23 or no 12 cents. Okay. Rescue Squad property. And we've got our various. These are sums for Bristol based
Sharon, is
articles.
there, oh, sorry, Ian. Sharon, is
That's
there
okay.
any properties that we have to exempt this year? Or
Just
just,
the
Rescue
Bristol
Squad.
Rescue Squad, which is
Is the only
Article
one?
16. Yes,
okay.
because we did Libanus Lodge a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we did the rec
Okay.
club a few years ago.
All right. So Sharon, you've got this additional article
Articles.
where no, we've got Sharon, you're sending this to me, right?
Sending you what?
Or somebody is sending me messages, direct messages regarding the article about the school.
Oh, that's probably Floyd. He was on.
I didn't send you anything.
Who's sending me this? It's Town of Bristol to me.
It looks like Kevin Hansen.
Oh, is that who it is?
Oh,
Is
Oh,
Kevin
Kevin
on?
Henson in the, oh, I see, it's Kevin, yes. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, it's a direct message to me, but I don't know why he's logged in as the town of Bristol. That's interesting.
Planning
Maybe
commission.
maybe that's why. Okay,
'Cause
yeah,
I
he
don't
said,
see him
sorry.
on he's not on the list here.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know where he
What's
is.
going on? It's the ghost of Kevin Hansen joining us. Ian, Kevin Hansen in a school board
What's
meeting.
happening?
The school board is approving an article for the towns to warn a town article regarding the exit agreement for Lincoln. He says, I can forward it to you. And that's why I said, yes, please, because it's just the silly way it does this.
So
And
it
then the
does need to,
Yep. Go on, Sharon.
it does need to go on the warning too, then.
Correct. So that's why
Yeah.
it says the town article show the legal voters of the town of Bristol as part of the Mount Abraham Unified School District approve the withdrawal agreement for the Lincoln School District, which includes the property transfer of the Lincoln Community School building and bond, as well as the negotiated portion of the MAUSD Education Reserve Fund in the amount of $74,754.
Is that a ballot vote or is that a warning? Because this will be voted from the floor.
I know it says a town article, but I guess it's a ballot vote, I would think. The details of the terms can be found in the full withdrawal agreement posted on the MSD website. Let me ask him. I got to double click.
That's a very interesting question. Huh.
I think
Yeah,
it's gotta
here we
be a
go.
Tuesday. I think that's a Tuesday ballot
I
vote.
think it must be.
But don't we have to put an article on here, just like we do with the candidates, to say that it will be on the
Oh, I think you're
ballot
right
for-
there,
You're up
Sharon.
at the top.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's where our select board members and such are ballot voted right at the top.
Right,
So
right.
I think you're right. I think we do need to have this on. Man, we got information coming at it from all sides here. Okay, so let's. Well, we've got. It's amazing that people are just messaging me. In fact, that's very nice of Kevin to be able to do that. So it's probably after Article 2, right? We would maybe do, or I guess we could. No, these are all floor votes, whereas the Article 2 isn't. The rest are floor votes, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so let's just drop this in here and do a little bit of massaging.
You can renumber the things later offline.
Thanks.
you can't spell either.
Please, please.
You really have a hard time with your spelling.
Come on.
It's
Don't worry about
late.
it, Ian. I
Yeah.
think it's
After
all-
9 o'clock, it's
Yeah.
It's all
No, it's
gravy
because
afternoon.
I have the peanut gallery here. Okay, so
it's keeping us awake.
seriously. Okay, so I guess we can put Bristol in here.
Bristol. Mhm.
I guess we'll do a comma as part of the. How does that look, Sharon?
How do they determine how much of the reserve fund they're getting back?
Yeah, why are we
I don't
giving them
know.
anything back? We paid off their school.
No, they still got a bond on it, Peter. But we made it the last 3 years of the payment we've been making.
Right.
All of us have.
Is that the only one? Because Jennifer alluded to the fact that there might be 2 articles.
Okay, I'll ask
Tell them
him
they
again.
better get it right, because we're voting on this tonight.
Is there another article?
Wasn't
Okay,
Floyd-
so I've asked him a couple questions. We'll see. So Sarah, you can't see that he's on? Let me see.
I can.
I see that Floyd is
Floyd is
because
on.
Floyd is on.
perhaps.
Scroll,
But it
scroll
doesn't
through
say-
scroll through your people.
I did. I
Oh
only
yeah,
see
there's
Floyd.
Floyd. Floyd, can you talk to us, or are you in a meeting and can't talk to us?
Oh, there's Kevin. He is under Town of Bristol, so he's logged in somehow.
Okay,
There
that's
he
great.
is.
All right.
It's supposed to be 11, we only got 6 there. We're 1, that's 7.
There's Kevin right there.
All right. So
Oh, there's
how are
Kevin.
we
Hi,
looking?
Yeah, right after Darla.
Well, they're
Okay,
all
so-
everybody's different.
Yeah, all the screens are
Yeah.
different.
Everyone's hiding into something else. So I put that as Article 3, and I will amend the numbers.
And you may want to
so-
make a bold note to yourself, renumber down below.
Yeah, seriously. Let me just do that. Renumber. Add signatures, renumber. Okay. Where were we? We were at here. So so we were here. This is our appropriations. No, sorry. Down here. Sorry. appropriations for Bristol-based organizations, and then we go into the Bristol-based organizations that are either updating or have new articles or new appropriations. So the 4th of July committee is upping theirs a few $1,000s to compensate for the cost of things. We also talked about the removing the police detail line of 1,500 from the town budget and adding it to this. Is this where we would want to add this in to let people know about that? Because this is
I think it's too late. We've already approved the budget. I think it's too late. We've already approved the police budget and voted on it.
No, it's a town line in our budget.
But no, we'd have to take the 1,500 out of the police, wouldn't we? Put it in here. We cut it as a revenue, we cut it as an expense for the police. For revenue.
Yeah,
That is
because
a
I
revenue.
thought that we talked last week and we said we could do it from the floor, but you're right. The police budget isn't voted on the floor. It's voted
No.
the next day.
Yes, it is.
It just gets more and more complicated. Okay. Well,
All
let's
the more
leave that
reason
as
to go
it is then.
townwide.
Thank you.
Little asterisk.
Okay, so let's leave that and we won't touch that this year, and maybe the recommendation comes up next year. So we've got 6,000 for the Have a Heart food show.
They were talking about the 4th of July committee.
Add some commas in there.
Article 20 has a typo.
I bet it does. Where's that typo?
It's
Probably
after
Capital
ink.
F.
Yeah,
Capital F should be lowercase.
right.
Thank you.
It does that automatically.
Okay, and then we've got restorative justice. I think they either went
That's
up
an
or
increase. Yeah.
okay. For offenders who have potential to learn. It was okay, then 1,500. This is the Habitat is they didn't increase, it's just the number, it's the second or
I
third
think
year.
this is
correct?
year 2 for them.
Thank you. Turning Point, that is, I think their second year, maybe
Year
a third
yeah,
year.
second or third year. I can't remember.
Okay. All right, and then we've got, these are the rest of the appropriations, breaking down for organizations outside of Bristol. And now, so I did this, and I know we talked about this, but I just want to confirm that it was okay that I did that and broke it out. I just, because we had our Bristol organizations had some articles that were new, I felt that we could divide it and just be able to do that. But the trouble is it in this warning, it doesn't give you the full number, which I'm aware of all the appropriations, which we have had in the past. So I don't know if people have any thoughts about that. I know it's late. I'm sorry.
Just a quick question, Ian, is that
Sure.
black line through there, that's where the page break is?
Correct. Yeah,
Is there
it's
any
just the
way
way
of
we're looking at it.
Improving that? Moving-
Yes, we will. I'll make sure that
Okay,
looks superb.
Okay,
Kevin's getting back to me. He says, yes, this is an Australian ballot vote to be done by each of the 4 towns. So this is the warning verbiage. It needs to be on the ballot as well. The town needs to assign the article number. The rest of the district warning/ballot items will be done by the district on a separate ballot. Does that make sense, Sharon?
Yep,
Yeah,
perfect.
I mean, that's a school budget ballot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good in what we've put on for this evening at the top there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, and then Article 25, any other non-binding business?
I have a suggestion.
Sure.
Because all of these numbers are baked in to the budget that's up in article earlier on.
Yeah.
It would seem prudent in this case, because this is the first time we're kind of all listing them this way, I think,
No, last year we listed them this way.
that the general fund budget article be moved to the bottom. I know that we've wanted to keep it at the top to get most participation, but because these numbers are baked into it, that if those numbers actually change from the floor, we need to change the final budget number.
So you want to take Article 8, general fund operating
That's what I'm
budget?
suggesting. the
Okay.
general fund, yeah.
Are folks okay with that?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've only ever, in 20 odd years, I've only ever had it happen once.
Yeah, and they increased actor number.
Yeah.
Forever
That might be it, the numbers might get increased. But
But let's
still,
do-
that it'll change the general fund budget number. But
Let's
if they've
look at
already
that.
voted it in Article 6, it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, I
And
think
they
that's
just
fine.
leave it for us to deal with.
Unless those numbers are considered amended by virtue of those subsequent articles. I don't know.
Well, I wanted to see that article again, Ian, bring it back.
Sure, I'm
Who's
gonna add
gonna
it here.
move
At
it?
the, yeah, I think that's
But it
fine. I
says-
mean, I think it's,
It says, subject to modification by actions of the previous articles.
right.
But
Which-
this is way up
which
high.
re-
I understand what you're saying. But if we left
Yeah.
it there, could we say subject to modifications by actions of
The subsequent articles, yes,
subject article to follow?
yes. That's a good way to do
Leave it
it.
back up at Article 8. Leave it
The
back,
subject to modification following subsequent articles. Yes, that's another way to do it.
or we could put articles, whatever that article is, where it's coming out of. Could you put that?
Well, is
on?
there, what was the reason for having it at the top? Is there a reason for
It had
that?
more of a crowd.
More people at the meeting.
And you
Yeah.
just vote for all the big town monies right at the beginning.
I
Right,
see,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
And when
so
they had a
let's-
school
let's-
budget,
No,
they used to have a school budget,
that's-
everybody left after the school budget.
yeah.
Right, and that may be, that may be the difference now. There's no break. We used to
Yeah.
do all the big town ones and then break for the school meeting, which we don't do anymore. Cause there's no school board meeting.
Should, couldn't that say subject to voting by articles and list the articles below? The numbers?
No, but no,
I mean,
because
that-
we'd have to list all of them.
That
Yeah.
is, that
You have to
is, any one of those articles could be amended.
Right.
Right,
Right.
yep, including the petitioned ones.
Yeah.
Right.
The
So is this
petition
okay,
ones
subject to modification by actions on the subsequent articles? That's okay? Okay,
Yeah.
soups.
That's,
Anything
Yeah,
else for this?
if I'm sitting out in the
Particular one.
public and I don't know this very well, that to me, are you telling me that's articles 9,
Yeah,
12, 13, 14?
right, all of the others.
Just 14.
Everything.
Anything below.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
no, it's not, it's not.
It's
because
not.
the-
That's
you-
why I'm
you-
saying it. Should it
you
just say
can't-
the
you
article?
Why
can't
is
change
it
the-
not? Anything
because you
below
can't-
changes
With
our
the-
budget.
With the exception of the unassigned funds.
No, it's also you can't change the appropriations. You can't change
Yes,
the
you can.
organization.
You can
Yeah, they
change
can-
any of those from the floor.
Anybody
Yeah.
can change any of those.
They can be changed.
Yeah,
I thought you,
You
Oh, right,
couldn't,
because-
when they vote on them, when you do a paper ballot, you can't, but when you do it, the hoot and
Oh.
holler method, they can be changed from the floor.
right.
oh, that's interesting. Okay,
So every article after this Article 8 is in that general fund budget.
Yeah,
Other than the 3 for the unassigned funds.
yes. Which
Those are not in the
is,
budget.
which are, well, so then all we need to do is if we wanted to be accurate, we would do this. Right? You put it there. Since we're at these, they can't change.
Well, they can change them.
They can change them, they just don't affect the budget.
Oh, okay. So that is correct. They can change these, but it doesn't affect this. So I think leaving it here would be fine. And it's still at the top. And I don't know.
Well,
I
they
mean,
can change the ones above it too.
Right.
They can change the
The
highway and the,
oh,
Yeah.
right. But that affects that affects this too, right? The general fund.
correct.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
No, highway is separate. It doesn't affect the general.
Oh, right.
That's right.
Right.
Highway and arts and parks and
Yes, it
records
does.
separate.
Doesn't it
Wait, is
affect
that
the
right,
budget?
Val?
No.
yeah, those can be changed from the floor too. From the,
Yeah, but doesn't, they both affect the general fund budget.
exactly.
So that you almost need to put this first. And say anything subsequent.
That's
No,
true.
They
Which
don't,
is that not what we had?
Yeah, that's quite
No,
true.
it was before those because I have thought that they were separate. but it's,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but see,
it's- well,
Article
it-
5 can affect the general fund, so you need to have it before that.
Yep. Yep, that's so true.
knock this off, seriously. All right, is there anything that isn't affected in the articles? Yes, these. Well, what about the reserve fund amount? No, that doesn't affect it. Okay,
That's the school.
okay, so here. Penalty charged by the collector of delinquent taxes.
That could change it, but we don't ever know what that amount is anyway.
All right,
No, but they can
recorder-
change it from the floor, which they have done before, because when I came here, it used to be 8. And it
Right.
got dropped to
Right.
6, and now it's 4.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so-
that doesn't affect our general
General
fund in the
fund.
way that we
Right.
always just guesstimate or don't even put a number in there.
Okay. So, and then these are yeah, there's that, and then there's the 1/4%. Does that affect our general operating fund?
No.
Okay, the real property taxes. Okay. I mean, this is why people don't come to these meetings. 'Cause this is really complicated. I feel like we should
Really
simplify
complicated.
this somehow.
Hire a consultant. Just kidding.
You just need to
Interpreter.
now, you just need to make sure all your articles are numbered correctly once you get this in the
Correct.
way you want it.
I'll work on that. Well, it's only 9:37. The night is early if we wrap this meeting up, and I'll work on this.
Oh,
Ian,
geez.
can you go up a little so I can take a screenshot of what the school sent you?
Sure. You can. This is in the live document, which you can open up. You have that. I've shared it
She
with you.
says she gets.
But
she
it's
Oh, it's
gets-
Oh,
Russian.
I
You've
get the
been-
warning. I can see the warning. I just can't see the budget.
You've been hacked. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is in the live document, so you can just open that up and start doing stuff to it. All right. Anything else we need to talk about with this dang document before we
No,
approve it?
stop asking.
I
I'm
just-
trying to be a good chair and ask for
You
the
are.
opinion of the board.
Looking at the budget, I've confirmed that those special articles to increase the allocations for the civic organizations, they're baked in the budget already. So
Yeah,
they're there.
yeah, so if they change, then
It
the
changes the
budget
budget.
changes.
Right, right.
Oh, it's
Okay.
interesting that are you absolutely sure that they can be changed? I thought that
Absolutely.
appropriations
Mhm.
Yeah, they can be.
They
can't
have been.
just change- they
because
can't
it's by voters.
Correct.
Right.
From the
They
floor.
can't just change them, just say, we want our number without going through the process, but if we're at the town meeting, anybody on the floor can request that they be changed.
But
Up
but
or
the
down.
select board can't change them. That's the thing I'm thinking.
No.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
can't.
all right. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
All right.
Starla made us recalculate everything one year when we cut the rec budget and she upped it from the floor. And we
I
had
did
to
not
correct
bump it myself
everything.
before. Townspeople did.
Yep,
That's-
they rallied.
They did rally. That was good.
Yes, they did.
Okay. And then we've got right down at the bottom here, we have the Zoom info. And then we've got our dates right here, which is today. Thank you. And then this will be tomorrow. And I'll do the magic.
I expect you to stay up till midnight to sign those.
Finish it. Not enough time to do that. Okay. All right. Are we happy with this? I'd have a motion if you had one.
Motion to approve the town meeting
Warning.
Second.
warning,
Town warning. Okay.
town meeting
Motion
warning.
is second.
Darla
Thank you.
seconded, yeah.
Good. What's going on here? Okay. All right. Motion is second. Any further discussion on this? Hope not.
You only got a 91% on your editor score there. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I've
It's pretty
never
bad.
seen that.
I feel like
Ruh-roh.
we spent a
Oh
lot
my
of time
God,
on
it's
this.
funny to watch some of the stuff they ask you to change.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. So we have a motion and a second. Any no further discussion. All those in favor say aye. Raise your hand. Aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Motion carries. Thank goodness. All right. And so that was,
Onto the road
I
name
am-
request.
I'm getting there. So we were going to table, we agreed to table 4, consider proposed updates to the revolving loan fund until a normal select board meeting in the future, as
Yeah.
yet to be determined. And that does give board members time to look over the documents and to see if they need to make changes. I can send board members live links to the documents, and so you can go in and review or make suggestions, and we can see that for the next time.
Can
we
you
talk about
include
that.
me on that?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to move on to item.
Please. Sorry. Just
That's okay.
include me on that as well.
Okay,
So,
can do.
Thanks.
Yep. Item 4.1. This is a road name approval. Let me call up the details here that Val sent me earlier today. All right, so this is from Chris, zoning administrator, and it needs an E911 address. And should I just read the letter, Val?
Sure.
Ricky Marcel has begun construction in a subdivision on South 116 and needs an E911 address. Since there are 5 lots in this subdivision, a road name needs to be assigned. The landowner has requested the road be named Little Brook Lane. Below is a map of the property. Can you please have the select board review? Okay, so let me share that with folks here.
That's a Harvey.
And I checked with Chris when he said, he confirmed that the subdivision was approved in 2014. And he checked to see if all the proper approvals were in place, planning commission signature at that time, the signed Mylar, and I don't know if he read the deed, but there is one. So
So moved.
it looked.
Well, so, okay, so that's fine. So motion from Joel. Do we have a second?
A second.
Okay, we have motion and a second, and now discussion. Does this need to go before the fire department chief?
Rename the roads.
Okay,
It may have, it could have to, to see that there's a turnaround at the end.
yeah, that's what I was curious, because I know that we've discussed that on previous developments, and I know that's not part of what we're doing here, but I just had that question.
Right. It's a good question, but it's the approval is what it is. Unfortunately.
Sure.
Yeah, if it's lacking, that, you know, maybe it can be adjusted now with that recommendation, you know.
That should have been approved by, if they wanted a turnaround, they'd have been approved by the planning commission, right? Or the zoning board of adjustment. Or-
The DRB now, yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe that could be a simple administrative amendment. If there isn't one and one should be added and they agree to it. But if they're under construction now, you know, that stuff is already out the door.
They haven't.
Well,
posted
no,
anything
they
yet.
haven't, they're subdivided one lot of a 5-lot subdivision, right?
Okay,
So they haven't got that far yet,
Oh.
would be my guess. Maybe, I don't know. I'm
I
just,
know
Yeah.
they haven't, I mean, I don't know if they've got the plan in place. I know that they were going to subdivide it and things didn't go well, but I don't know at what point they're at.
okay.
I mean,
But
right now,
it's
it's just a trailer there.
is it part of
Yeah,
our?
he's got the road in.
The whole
I
road?
almost think I think he sold a lot too.
Oh.
So could I
with-
change my motion then, Ian? To say that
Sure.
approve the naming the road Little Brook Lane with an approved turnaround for emergency vehicles approved by the fire chief.
Can we do that, Val, given that it's a name thing? I don't know if we can, right?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought that would have been part of, well, first of all, part of the planning commission or
Right.
whoever
Yeah.
approved the
Right.
subdivision or the state, you know.
no, state,
if it's
State won't get involved.
not unless.
Well,
it's
so
250.
in Val, in your email, it says Chris said the subdivision was originally approved in 2014. So at
Yeah.
that point, obviously, we didn't have the development review board. We had the planning commission or the
Right.
zoning board of adjustment
Right.
Right.
doing that. Excuse me. So,
Yeah, only the PC was doing subdivision reviews.
okay, so I guess we would have to ask our zoning administrator if the turnaround was part of that. It's just something I thought of looking at that map and knowing that we had discussed it previously with the development on North Street and the turnaround.
Road lines through the GIS system, I don't think ordinarily show a turnaround. They're just a straight line.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Is it
We don't see it.
is
Yeah.
it part of our requirements
What?
as a town to have a turnaround for a subdivision like that?
During
with
this,
the road?
well, the town did not have subdivision regulations until recently.
Okay.
Yes.
But they
So-
required them, there had to be, anyone I've ever been involved with, they've always been asked. And
Yeah.
I'm sure
Okay.
the question was asked.
Okay. Okay. I mean, and I guess we could ask Chris that question and he may know the answer to that.
True, and if it wasn't included, then perhaps a good natured conversation can happen as a result of this coming forward. But I don't believe there can be a condition associated with naming the road.
It's for their own protection, you know.
Right,
If you
right.
if you can't turn around up there, then they're not gonna get adequate fire protection, which is gonna increase their insurance.
Right, right.
It's not rocket science.
Okay, so Val, we'll approve the name, and then if you're able to reply
With
to
the
Chris,
recommendation, perhaps.
Hey,
that-
yeah, with
I
that
just asked
recommendation.
Chris.
Oh.
And he said
Yeah,
he
sure.
believes there is a turnaround. But it's been quite some time since it was approved, but he believes there is a turnaround at the end, which wouldn't
Oh,
show
wow.
on the map anyways.
Okay. Look at that. We're just reaching everyone tonight. This is fantastic. Thank you, Sharon.
Instant gratification, that's great.
I know. Right. Okay, so we have Joel. Are you still okay with your motion just for naming the road? Is that okay?
If Chris says there's a turnaround or he believes there is, they're gonna look into it, then I'm okay with it.
Okay. So we have a
Turnaround.
motion from Joel.
That's
Do
quite
we
a
have
ways
second?
up in there. That's quite a ways
Seconded.
up in there.
Okay. Any further discussion?
It
Hearing
would be
none.
curious to know if it required Act 250 approval, in which case it definitely has. I would think.
No, it didn't require Act 250 if it's under 9 lots in.
Oh, that's true, right. Length of road sometimes triggers it, but,
And they required it on our road, and didn't get it anyway, and the state did nothing about it.
okay, never mind.
All right. All those in favor say aye. Raise your hand. All those against nay. Motion carries.
Interesting.
All right. Super.
Thank you. Thanks for adding
And
that tonight.
We'll move on to item 5, authorized accounts payable warrant and any liquor and or tobacco licenses.
I don't have any accounts payable warrant. Last week, I thought I had the tobacco license for Shaw's, but I actually had the second class liquor license. So I have both second class liquor license for Shaw's and their tobacco license, and also the same licenses for Champlain Farms.
And we're doing the motion for those now. Is that correct?
That would be nice because you're not signing
Okay.
anything. And
Okay.
I'm the one pushing the button saying approve.
Almost.
The power of the button. No longer the power of the pen, it's the power of the button.
Power of the button.
Easy
All right.
buttons.
So we had a
moved.
motion from Joel. Thank you, Joel.
Yep. I'll second again.
All right. Thank you, Darla. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. If you want, we can do a quick select board roundtable if anyone has anything.
Well, it'd be real quick if nobody has anything, right?
That's true.
I
I'm good.
just have one thing for you, Peter.
Michelle just left.
You said 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. Just one thing.
Close. I know.
On the Varney Cemetery, you getting all those logs out and stuff?
Barney, I thought it was hard scrabble.
Same thing.
Told by
Yeah, Varney's at cemetery is at Hardscrabble, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
that
that's the one that Peaker's getting all the wind down, the blown down trees.
Yeah.
Peaker, I was told by brother Peter that the Lathrop Forest Products are coming up in that area to chip a lot of the stuff that got blown down on Lowers Lane for free because they haven't got a lot of work and they need the chips. And maybe that's something you could look into that and maybe they could take all those chips, take all those trees.
I think that the issue is gonna be the ones that need to be taken down over the stones.
Oh,
Which I've
okay.
contacted John Swepston and he said he would go out and check it out and let us know.
He hasn't been there yet because there's no tracks in the snow, so.
Yeah.
I just
I've been
was
watching
told
for
that.
him.
You just
I
put
was just told that this
binoculars.
weekend that Lathrop's is gonna go right by there and chip all of Lawrence Lane or Laura's Lane for them.
Unless John did a drive-by.
in there.
Right across from his
He
kid's
can't do a
school.
drive-by.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for contacting John, Sharon. All right. Anything else from the select board members? All right.
Now, are we
Thank you.
meeting next week or the following week?
13.
13th.
13th
is
of
the next
February,
Holy smokes.
day before my birthday. Everyone remember that?
You're a Valentine's baby?
baby?
I am.
Oh.
40, and I'll be 48 this year. Good Lord.
Oh my God.
Woo.
Good old man.
Yeah. It's terrible.
The graying hair, the bald patch, you know, it's all come together.
That's from being on the select board, you know.
That's just doing the budgets every year.
That's right.
Okay. Let's see.
Speaker's got
Anything
both.
else?
He's got the bald spot and the gray hair.
So just a reminder, that's just a few days after my knee surgery, so I'll have to let you guys
yeah.
know if I'm able to join you or if I'll be on painkillers.
Okay.
Darla, don't worry. We won't put it in the Addison that we didn't talk about replacing you. So.
Yeah, thanks.
Good luck.
And best of luck. Best of luck with
Yes,
that. Yeah.
yes.
I can't
Good
wait.
luck.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can imagine. Yeah.
Pain will
wait.
go
It's
away.
gonna be- Okay.
So John moving out?
Yeah, probably.
No, I said the pain's going away. So I said,
Oh, that, I thought
didn't
you meant
get
I
that
was paid and he was gonna move out. Any of
Almost.
those
Very good.
scenarios may be true.
just kidding, John.
any other business? Correspondence reports
Night.
received. Okay, thank
I-
you. And then you mentioned, sorry Val, go ahead.
And I have a question, but I can do it by email. It doesn't require executive session.
Do we want to continue executive session, or are we happy with the numbers that we talked about? in the
We
previous
already
executive session?
approved them.
Oh, yeah.
Approved 'em.
I guess we're
forgot.
happy then. Okay, and there's nothing else we have. So there you go. Out
Make a
by
motion
9:52.
to
adjourn.
That's
Second.
our Keith. All right. All those in favor?
Catch up,
Bye.
Ian.
All right. Thank you, everyone. See you
Bye.
soon.
you.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.